streams. We have little Totodiles. So, how are we doing? It's been a while since we've seen some Totodiles in the wild. It's a fairly rare spawn these days, so to actually see it is refreshing. So yeah, we'll see how we go. We only have a handful of shinies of this one, cause it was one of our first com days. Well, sort of. But yeah, it was one that I wouldn't say struggled with, but we did only get ourselves, 5 or 6 shinies out of the original one. So I'm assuming that we're going to do better today, just because, things have changed a little bit since the good old days of com days. Let me get my chat up and running so I can actually see what is going on. Can I open my chat, please? What are you doing? Why isn't my chat opening? Are you serious? You're not going to open my chat? Am I going to have to watch this whole stream the other way just because you're not going to open my chat? Oh my god. YouTube, why do you do this? Everything was running fine. I had the chat up and running and now it won't open. And now I'm going to have to close the thing down and reopen it, and it's going to be the old way. Yeah, surprisingly, no. Okay, cool. Alright, it's working. We got it up and running the way that it should be. Okie dokie. Good. The last thing that was... I can't speak. The last thing that I wanted was to have to watch the entire stream today just so I could see the chat, because that drains my battery so much more. So, how are we all doing? Are we looking forward to today's com day? That's probably another question. Are people looking for the little Totodiles? Because I know that there'd probably quite a few people which haven't got a shiny Totodile, just because, one, you don't see them in the wild very often, and two, it has been such a period of time since we did have Totodile in com days. It's actually something that I should look up, because it'll tell me, because I don't think I've seen a Totodile in the wild as a shiny since 2, except maybe from Johto Tour. Anyway, it was 2019, so yeah, that was like 6 years ago that we had this com day, so it has been a hot minute since we've had Totodile in com day. Yep. Alright, let's get our stuff together. We got our phones, we got our charger, we got our keys. Alright, let's get on this adventure. Start doing some hunting, and let's do it. So how are we all doing? Alright. The adventure begins. How you doing, Becky? Welcome in. How you doing? It's been a while since I've seen you around. How you been doing, dude? I want to click on the showcase before we get too far away from it. Let's chuck our Feraligatr in there. A rank 1. Nice. I'm like the only person in there, but nice. Oh, you can't hear. Okay. For a second there, I was just like, oh no, don't tell me something else has gone wrong with my stream and people can't hear me. That would be tragic. But how is everybody else doing? That's probably a good question. Surely there's other people in here that want to say something. Already got internet. Awesome. Thank you so much. Why is this area had issues with the internet down here, and then over the years bots just appear, which just make very difficult for me to stream down here sometimes. Hey, there we go. There's our first toadie of the day. First little toadies. So we're 5 minutes in. We got our first shiny. This is what happened during our actual com day for this month. Still didn't end up with as many as I thought I would have. That though, I was catching a lot of stuff during Coco just because it was a Pokemon that I actually needed to stockpile candy for. This, not so much. So. Alright, so this is... It's not fantastic. That's okay. We're one in for the day. So, how many little shiny boys do you think we can get today, guys? I'm gonna say 20. We'll just throw out 20. 20 seems to be a pretty safe number when it comes to shinies from com days these days. So yeah, anywhere between 20 and 30 would probably be my guess, but I'm just gonna say 20. Nice round. Hey, there's number 2. Basically, yeah, the exact same thing that happened earlier in the month. First hour, it was like one after the other, and then the second hour, we got basically nothing. How you doing, X-Ray? Welcome in. How you doing? Hey, that actually... We'll have to check that one, because that could be a good PvPer. So yeah, Feraligatr is a decent Pokemon for PvP, but the Shadow version is better. So it's a little bit, it'd be nice if we had a way of making Pokemon Shadow Pokemon without having to catch them. Can I donate them to Team Rocket for a day? Rent out my shinies to Team Rocket and they can make them Shadow Pokemon and then they can give them back to me. Come on, Niantic, make that a thing before you sell the company on. So yeah, if you haven't seen, tomorrow is also a raid day. So we've got a busy weekend ahead of us with events at Absol raid day tomorrow. So yeah, we'll be streaming both days this weekend. And then, yeah, next weekend is pretty busy as well, I think. And then the weekend after that too. It seems like Niantic is trying to milk us for as much money as they possibly can before they sell the company off, or the game off to somebody else. So I wouldn't be surprised for the next however months it takes them to do the handover, if we end up having events like every single weekend, just non-stop. And that would really shit me, just because it's like, I think we already get enough events. It's like, come on, we need to be able to enjoy our actual lives as well. It's not bad for me. This is what I do for a job, basically. But other people, there's so many other people out there which actually have, jobs that they have to go to and school and all that sort of stuff. So it's difficult for people to get every single weekend that they have just to play a game. People want to be able to enjoy their lives. Oh God, there's just this one fly. As soon as I came out, just buzzing around me, annoying the shit out of me. We're not doing party challenges. I don't like how they've snuck them into the com days as well as research tasks. Do your party challenges. It's like, no, nobody. Who actually uses the party? I think there's a couple of features in the game, that and routes. I think very few people actually use them. I'm saying they don't get used, but I am pretty sure the vast majority of people don't bother using them. So I suppose we should probably... Still need to finish off my one from last one. Let's find... Got more little crocky research. Come on, it's got to be here somewhere. Where are you? There we go. Start that one towards at the top. Alright, so 25 berries, 25 Pokemon, 25 Great Throws, 15 Pokestops, 1 kilometer, and 5 research tasks. So pretty much the exact same thing. What raids are out? Not really sure at the moment. It's Com Day, so it's just the typical raids that we usually get for like in between events and stuff like that. So I think Tapu Koko is still in raids at the moment for legendaries. Our mega is, wasn't it Swampert? I'm not sure if Swampert is still in raids. I know Absol is in raids for tomorrow for raid day, and then any other raid I'm not really sure. Don't really pay attention to the raids other than legendary raids. So we'll try and get through this research as quickly as possible. We do have, like I said earlier in the month, actual Com Day research to still finish. So given that we have a lot of the same tasks, we should be able to knock them both off at the same time. But yeah, it's been very quiet so far. Shows you that people just don't care about Totodile, or more so the game anymore. Yeah, I have a really sinking feeling, like a really big sinking feeling, that a lot of people, because of the game being sold off, have sort of checked out. A lot of people were already checking out with the game, but I think more so now, just because they know the game's going to get sold on to somebody else, I think people are finally using this as an excuse to be like, you know what, I think I'm done with this game. It'll be interesting to see how it holds up after it is sold off. If the community, for the most part still stays around. I suppose the best way of gauging that is going to be the first big event after it happens. Hey, there's number 3. So yeah, I'm guessing that this stuff is going to happen after GoFest, because that's in June, July. Yeah, I'd say that sometime after GoFest is probably when the company's going to be handed over, or the game's going to be handed over. So I wouldn't be surprised if around Wild Area event, if we ended up having another one of them, is when we sort of got an idea of whether or not people are still playing the game as much as, the community still as big as it was. Some of these ones instead. I'm actually surprised, given that this is a starter, that it's being not so bad on the catch so far. Because yeah, usually starters are a massive pain in the ass to catch. Like that. I shouldn't have said anything. As soon as I said they start giving me issues. I just jinxed myself so bad. That was not my intention, game. Forget I said anything, please. Getting a couple of things that might be decent for PvP so far. Just meant to spin that stuff. Oh, stops. Yeah, so what, we're 15 minutes in and we have ourselves 3 little shinies so far. So far so good. So how are people feeling about the amount of Com Day Classics that we've had so far this year? Because last year we were getting one every 3 to 4 months sort of thing. So we ended up with like 4 for the entire year. We've already had 3 this year. We've had one every month. So it looks like Niantic is trying to double up on Com Days per month. And honestly, as I was saying before, having too many events in 1 month, I feel, is just, it's exhausting people. I think people are just getting to the point where it's like there's too much going on. They need a bit of a break in between individual events. Like this weekend, we've got a raid day tomorrow as well. So we've already got 2 events this weekend. I think, honestly, because they're so on about the longevity of the game and everything, that's why they nerfed the remote raid passes. Exhausting the community with just having so many events is going to be more detrimental than giving us more events. There is a fine balance that needs to be sort of worked on. It's like, yeah, cool, have events in the game, have an abundance of events, but maybe not as many. Like, pull it back a little bit. Because, yeah, I could definitely go without having 2 Com Days a month. I think 1 is enough for the most part, and every couple of months have the Com Day Classic and make it something good. Because we've had so many Com Days which have had, average Pokemon. I don't think those are ones that necessarily need to get a Com Day Classic. Stuff like Ponyta and all that. I know we've already had... Wait, did we have a Ponyta? No. We have had a Com Day for it, but not Com Day Classic. It was just feature driven December Com Day. Abra's probably another good one that probably doesn't necessarily need a Com Day Classic. Alakazam is a good psychic attacker, but there are better ones, and it's a bit glassy. So yeah, I think it'd be better suited if they just kept having sort of like, pseudo legendaries and starters and stuff like that as Com Day Classics, which for the most part they have been doing, but still, space them out. Because yeah, if we end up getting 1 every month, like a Com Day and a Com Day Classic, that's gonna be like 22 Com Days in 1 year. That's way too many. I think it's way too many. That's why I'd like to get your guys' input on. But nobody is saying it. Everybody is being incredibly quiet. So I guess I'll just continue talking to myself. That's okay. I'm used to it. What do we still need to do for this? The kilometer one is the main one. Get all these catches out of the way and then we can just walk. So I suppose another good question is, what are people looking forward to more out of these two upcoming raid days? Absol or Arduino? Hey, another shiny. Personally, I'd probably be going for Arduino just because it is a new Mega. We've already had Absol before. But I don't actually have an Absol, like Mega, so I suppose tomorrow will be good. We'll see how busy it's going to be tomorrow for raid day. Because that's another thing that has sort of dropped off a little bit of recent. Some of the raid days. I think it's just because they're doing them too close to each other and they're not choosing great raid bosses. The last couple have been a little bit average for raid days, especially when they did Gallade and then they did Oho sort of like right after it. I think they should have just scrapped Gallade and just gone with Oho. Or at least done Gallade at a different time. Alright, that is 25 berries. Still need 6 great throws on the throw better. Okay. We need something orange. Because so far it's an orange gym. You know what, Dragonite? You're orange. There we go. It's the orange gym. That's an unusual... There's pink and blue gyms and stuff like that, but you don't see an orange gym very often. Let's see if everybody else that puts something into that follows the aesthetic. Makes it an orange, a green gym. Green and orange are very different colors, Jimmy. But we're making pretty good time during for this research so far. Better than last com day, where I don't know, it just seemed to have taken a very long time. Like I still haven't finished it, so you know, it's been 3 weeks. I was saving to finish it off because you have to do the evolutions for it in the last stage. And I was saving it because I was going to be like, well, I'll get home and then do my checks and then do the evolutions just because I've got minimal candy for Fuecoco, so I want to make the evolutions count. And then I just forgot it. I got home and then just didn't open the game again, and it wasn't until like later on that night that I was like, you're a dick, you forgot to do your evolutions. So, yeah. I actually didn't really get anything decent for it, unfortunately. I was going through my storage yesterday, cleaning out everything leading up to today, just to make room. And yeah, I don't know. I was doing a lot of catching for Fuecoco, but it just didn't really get anything good. Which is a little bit disappointing. Like, we didn't really end up with any PvP ones. At the same time, it's like, I don't really think it's that great PvP. Because it's Ghost Fire type, isn't it? There's like better Ghost Fire types. I'm pretty sure Cinderace, not Cinderace. Oh my god, what's Litwick's evolution's name again? Oh my god, that, you know what I'm talking about. That's better as a Ghost Fire type. What are we doing? Just, I don't need to. How you doing, Jarrell? Welcome in. Good to see that the chat is actually still... You guys have just been incredibly quiet today, which is understandable. It's not the greatest com day in the world. But it's good to know that my chat isn't actually frozen and broken and stuff, because that is a very common thing that happens on YouTube. So, and how you doing, Anthony? Welcome in. All right, let's get this Stewart spinned. So, how are you guys doing today? I don't add people outside of raid days and raid hours and stuff, Anthony, unless you're a member of the channel. Just because I don't have the room on my friends list, so just keep everybody on there, sorry. Hey, maybe somebody else can help you, Anthony. I don't have remote raid passes to use at the moment. I'm trying to cut back my remote raid passes that I'm doing. It depends on what raid it is, Anthony. As I said, I don't have any remote raid passes on me anyway at the moment, so I don't think I can do any. Why does it always have to be a member? Just because there is limited space on people's friends list. You can't add every single person that wants to be on the friends list, unfortunately, because it's just unfeasible. So it's a reward for people that are members of the channel that they get left on the friends list permanently. I do add people. My God, I need to learn how to speak English. It's usually during raid days and raid hours and stuff like that, and they're just temporary ads just so I can get people into raids. I can at least send you a gift. I don't open gifts. That's not really an incentive, sorry, dude. Gifts are not my thing. They drive me insane just because my ADHD just can't put up with the lack of dopamine that it provides. So my brain just is like, no, I'm not doing it. Tapu Koko, I'm done with Tapu Koko raids anyway. Sorry, dude. I have no interest in Tapu Koko. Hey, I did say hello before, Jarul. Jarrell, I should say. Jarul. You're not Jarul, you're Jarrell. How are you doing? Welcome in. Yeah, I think it's just mainly because it is Tapu Koko and people just aren't interested in it because it's not a useful Pokemon. I had the same issue during raid hour during the week. Like, we ended up getting like 5 raids for it done, which I'm surprised. But yeah, people just weren't interested in it because it's not a good Pokemon. It's not useful for anything, so people aren't wasting money on Pokemon that aren't worth it these days. Like when it comes to raids and stuff. So if they've got the shiny, yeah, they're not really going to bother with it. There are better Tapus. Tapu Fini and Tapu Bulu are the better ones. Tapu Fini more so. What do I still need to do? Can you trade? There's no distance trades in Pokemon Go, dude. Sorry. I'm trying to click on the Pokestop. You need to be within 100 meters of the person that you're trying to trade with. No worries, Anthony. We shall see you after, my friend. Alright, so it's just, yeah, the 1 kilometer and... Alright, so we're done with this bit of catching that we need to do, so we can actually just do some shiny hunting. So what is it? We're on 4 so far for the day, I think. No, 5, okay. We already have ourselves 5 shiny Totodiles. Hey Moses, how you doing, man? Welcome in. No Diddy, not so far. Good thing is he's been locked away, so it's harder for him to interrupt our comm days. You never know. His son might be lurking out there somewhere, because as far as I know, he's part of the problem too. He's just as bad as his old man. You're literally watching your friend on live stream. When you invite them, they just go past it. Like I said, it's probably because it's Tapu Koko and people just aren't interested in it. Unfortunately, you can't get people to spend money on a Pokemon that they don't want if they don't want to do it. That's good. Yeah, it is. It's very... We don't have to put up with Diddy trying to do Diddy things during the stream, because that's the last thing we want. To anyone Heatram and Mega Pokemon. Yeah, like I said, you can't make people do raids that they don't want to do. Sort of thing, as much as you would like to do them, unfortunately, especially like these days when raid bosses get very repetitive, just because Niantic doesn't rotate through them properly. And some Pokemon just aren't good. So once people have got them in the decks, they don't want to waste money on doing them. Unfortunately, that's just the way the game is. They need to make it a better way. Like, you can still, if you really need a Tapu Koko, you can do PvP. And you can hopefully get one from a reward from the PvP. But other than that, yeah, they need to make it a little bit easier for people that have less opportunity. Especially when it comes to these raid bosses that people aren't really interested in too much. You're my favourite streamer. Well, thank you, dude. I'm also my favourite streamer. Mainly because I have to be. Because, you know, if I wasn't, that would be a little bit worrying. So we should be getting pretty close to getting our kilometre done. This is about the halfway mark of the trail. Keep up the grind. I'm trying to. We don't really need to grind too hard for this one today. It's more of a just a shiny grind. Just looking for the shiny. We got 5 so far. So look, how many did we have to begin with? Totodile. Not Shint. Shiny. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we had started today because, yeah, this is one of the earlier comm days, so getting shinies just wasn't a big thing. Also, I was still making vlogs back during the original Totodile comm day, so I was spending a lot of the day like setting up AR shots and actually vlogging the day rather than actively shiny hunting for the whole day. So yeah, we've already got 5, so we should be able to get past that for the day. and I am glad that I put sunscreen and a hat on. It was only supposed to be like 20 degrees, which is warm, but it's not, you know, in comparison to some of the other days that we've had to walk around in over the last few months, you know, 38 degrees and stuff like that. It's pretty good. Like, it's still not too bad. The sun is a little bit toasty. But yeah, I'm so glad that I put sunscreen and a hat on, just because sunscreen on, because I was like, yeah, you know, it's probably not going to be too strong today. But then when I did check the weather, it was like, there's a high UV index today, so put skin protection on. I'm like, okay. I'll do the right thing. I've got enough moles and freckles and stuff on my skin already that... And my back did get badly sunburnt just the other week when I went to the beach. Even though I had sunscreen on, the sun decided to burn those parts of my back that I couldn't really reach properly with the sunscreen. So it's sort of like in between my shoulder blades, it just went so red and it started peeling the other day. It was just like, nice. You was wondering if it was morning or afternoon for me. It's afternoon, so it's 2:30 in the afternoon. Com days, for the most part, they don't really change the times around. They used to change them around. So sometimes, like back in the day, was it 10 until 1 or 11 until 2? I can't remember. But we did have earlier com days. Back during, I think it was back during COVID. And then they would sort of alter them around. The northern hemisphere and the southern hemisphere would usually be different depending on the season. And then they just changed it to being afternoon. Which honestly, I feel like morning com days would probably be better, from sort of like 11 a.m. until 2 p.m. or 10 a.m. until 1 p.m. would probably be better timing, just because this is, you know, getting close to the, well, it's not the hottest part of the day, but it's pretty hot. The sun is like right above. So yeah, during the hotter parts of the year, yeah, like I said, during summer, we were getting 30 to 40 degree days. And then every single event that we got in game, whether it be com day, go tour, you name it, every single one was falling on a day or a weekend where it was like 38 degrees here in Melbourne. And I had to walk around in it for... That's not enjoyable, I can tell you right now. Hey, we got ourselves another shiny. Not a big fan of having to walk around in blazing hot sun when it's like 38 degrees. That's just torture. It's one of the things that's actually made me just not be as enthusiastic about the game as I used to be. Like back in the day when the game was really good and I was really invested in it, like that sort of stuff didn't really bother me, but now it does. It's like if the weather is too much of an extreme in either direction, if it's like really crappy weather or it's really hot crappy weather, I'm just like, I really can't be bothered. I just want to stay home and sleep or do something else, please. But com day, did you just, does it go up to 102 degrees? Fahrenheit, 102 degrees is, because I'm in Celsius, because we do metric here in Australia. It's 102 degrees. 102 degrees is only about 30-ish degrees, I think. So, it's, I mean, that's hot, but it's not too bad. 38 degrees, hey, another shiny ghost. You'll have to look up, hey Negan, how you doing? You'll have to look up the conversion from Celsius to Fahrenheit. So yeah, 30 degrees I think is around 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And then 38-ish would be like 130, 140 Fahrenheit, something like that. 102, okay, well there you go. Thank you. I was wrong. See, I told you I don't know how to convert. 102 is 38 degrees. See, okay, thank you. Well, there you go. Yes, Moses, you were right. Yeah, 38 is. I'm glad somebody here knows how to do the conversions, because I sure don't. There's like a formula that you can use. something like Celsius is Fahrenheit times 2 added 17 or something like that. 38 is too hot. Yes, it is. Thankfully, it's only like 20 degrees today, 21 degrees. You just dropped in to drop a like. Are you working? Okay, you managed to get through to... Oh, nice, Negan. Nice. Well, thank you for dropping in and saying hello and leaving a like and stuff. Shame that you have to work. I'm not going to have my shiny race buddy, as we usually do. Another shiny, Jesus. We are smashing it right now. Yeah, 38. Unfortunately, so many events during summertime. Just, I had anything between 35 and 40 degree heat that I had to walk around in, which was, it's not fun. Especially where I am, like walking around right now. It's, there's not a lot of shade. So walking around in that heat, you're getting baked in the sun like all day. Shiny level 1, it is unfortunately I mean, it could be like a Shundo level 1 shiny and then it would have been epic, but unfortunately it's just sort of epic because it's not. You just caught a shiny Galarian from Motor Trace. Wait, what? Motor Trace? What is this Motor Trace that you speak of? Also, hello, Anthony, again. Once again, hello. Impossible, how you doing, man? Welcome in. Okay, it's good to see that the chat is actually... Spent the first half an hour just, you know, walking along, talking to myself because everybody was being incredibly quiet. So it's good that you guys are actually interacting with the chat now, because now I don't feel so lonely. So how are we all doing? Should actually do a shiny count because we're about, probably up to about 12 now. Something around that, I would say. Oh, and we, somewhere along the way, we hatched a Psyduck. Fantastic. Good times. Sorry, 9. No, 8, sorry. Shallows tricked me. So yeah, we've got 8 shinies so far. That's not too bad. We're only, what, 43 minutes in for the day. So 8 shinies in 40 minutes, 45 minutes. That's a nice little haul so far. Let's see if we can keep it going. 8 was how many I had in the first place. So we've already equaled our total of dials. Get it? Total dials. I know, I'm the best comedian. You got a notification, you stream, mid-ranking, finish as quickly as possible. That's all good, dude. I understand that you guys have other lives that you need to live and you're doing other stuff, so you may not be in every single stream. That's fine, man. I appreciate you making the effort and putting in the hustle to get into the stream, but as I said, I understand if you guys aren't here. As I said, like Negan dropped into the stream just before to say, hey, I'm working. That's cool. She's got other obligations. It would be nice if one of my other moderators would pop up though. Now, where's Chom right now? Probably getting drunk.
No, it's not bad. It's not bad at all.
And I don't need a passport.
Hey Josh, how you doing, man? You just followed a route because nearby legendary had spawned and you caught it. You had part of the trio and it was a shiny. You had completed any special research and you got a shadow Lugia. Nice. Well done, dude. Your shiny luck doesn't exist. 760 Full Coco, and you only got 6 shinies out of nearly 800 encounters. Dude, what? That's insane. I don't know how many I encountered for the day, but I still ended up with like 22 Full Cocos. That's insane, dude. That's such bad luck. And it's supposed to be like a 1 in 25. It's just like, what? Are you sure yours wasn't broken? Hey James, welcome in. How you doing? Alright, we should actually... Did I get the... Yeah, I have got the kilometer. It just... I obviously didn't see it because I was too busy doing other things. Alright, let's... collect these little fellas. Unfortunately not a shiny from research. That's okay. Nobody else, they're on Pokemon Go streams right now, doesn't want to join you. As I said, dude, it's Tapu Koko, so people just probably aren't wanting to do it. Because there is a raid day tomorrow, and people are probably saving their raid passes for tomorrow. Why does my phone stop charging? You need to continue charging, otherwise I'm going to run out of battery. You're in your natural habitat, Phasmophobia. That's not actually a habitat, because you're not actually in it, you're just playing the... If you were in a haunted house, then you could say you're in your natural habitat. Ali needs some pick-me-up. She had a fall last week. She shot her elbow. Ouch. Dislocated her knee. Has multiple fractures. They said she will never walk without... Oh, dude, that's horrible. I'm sorry to hear that. I can sympathize with the elbow thing because I've broken my elbow before, so I know how painful that is. The other stuff, though, it's like, damn, man, that must have been a pretty hefty fall for all of that to happen. Yeah, dude, I'm sorry to hear. There's horrible glare on my phone right now. I cannot read the chat or see my screen properly. Got to level 50 and got a Mewtwo and a shiny unknown. Nice. The only saving grace was that one of the shiny... I wasn't... Well, at least you got something decent out of it. None of the shinies that I got were any good, so... I didn't really get a lot from Thing, unfortunately. Like, good stat-wise or PvP-wise or anything. Like, Full Coco was a real letdown for Com Days. Which is surprising, just because, for the most part, during Com Days, I'm doing what I'm doing now. And just shiny hunting. Right, so I'm not really catching a lot of stuff outside of that, unless I have to finish the research and so on. Yeah, so given that I was catching so much earlier in the month for that Com Day, to get nothing out of it was a bit disappointing, because I was just like, dude, I'm actually catching stuff because I need the candy, and you're not giving me anything. Can I help with the Mega Swampert raid? Dude, it takes more than 2 people to get them done. You would need 3 to 4 people. Shinies and me don't like each other. 2016 account has been never once seen a Shundo. Dude, I know that feeling. I have 4 Shundos out of all the Hundos slash the shinies that I've caught. I've got... Alright, let's see. We're closing in on 4,000 shinies. Yeah, we have 3,684 shinies. And 211 Hundos. My last Hundo was a Shundo, though. We got a Shundo Zekrom from its raid day. Its raid hour. But out of all of those shinies and all of those Hundos, I've only got 4. So I know how you feel, dude. We got a fully evolved Totodile shiny hundo. Nice. Swampert, if you're in a friend or party duo, yeah, we're not in the we won't have the party thing going on because I'd have to remote raid it. And honestly, I'm saving my passes for tomorrow because I got to host raid day for you guys. So, another shiny. I'm guessing that's what most people are going to be doing at this point. That's why you're going to find it hard for people to jump into either Megas or Tapu Koko raids because they're saving their passes for Absol tomorrow or Arduino in, it's not next week, it's the week after, I think, for Arduino. Alright, let's get this done. About 1 hour later, Com Day will start here in Japan. Nice, yeah. Here in at least this part of Australia, in Melbourne, we are 2 hours behind Japan, time-wise. Yeah, it's okay. It's a shame. Background ones. I did get a hundo background Rolts during Rolts Com Day Classic. So that was pretty cool. The bonus damage for this season gives you a damage boost with friends. Did I say the damage bonus? The bonus for this season rather gives you a damage boost with friends. See, that means that you've actually got to have friends though. And unfortunately around here, where there is still a community of people that play, but most people are in their cars, driving around. The raid group that we had back before COVID just doesn't exist anymore, unfortunately. Alright, so we got to catch ourselves 30 toadies to get this one done, which is easy enough. Yeah, so there's still an active community, sort of, but they're more so just doing their own things. COVID sort of really divided the group and just made everybody go their separate ways. It was already sort of quieting down before COVID hit, but then COVID really sort of put the nail in the coffin for the local raid groups. Oh my god, dude, chill. Chill, Toady. Last time it was Mega Lucario, it was just me and your friend, and Lucario was 1 HP, but you still lost. Unfortunately, that timer is a bit of a bee sometimes, and you think you're going to get it, but you don't. You time out just before you can get that last hit in. You did a remote pincer on Heat today. On Heat. And Heat today, rather. A bunch of people on your first were doing them. So you ninja'd in. Yeah, when you can jump into those raids that you can see people in, that's cool. Occasionally, when I'm hosting raid hours, I'll see a gym that's got a few people in it that are doing the raid, but very rarely around here. Because I'm outside of Melbourne. Like I'm 40 k's out of the city, sort of thing. So the raid group around here just isn't as active as it used to be, sort of thing. In Melbourne, it's not too bad. You can sort of jump into any raid and there'll always be people in for the most part. That's where your remotes for the day went. Yeah, tomorrow I'll be hosting raids. I won't be able to jump into your raids, but you guys will be able to jump into my raids. Because I'm thinking tomorrow I'm probably going to make it that I don't buy remote raid passes. I think I'll just buy the ticket and do in-person raids for the day. And just do it that way, because I don't really want to spend money or too much money on Absol. Because I've already got shinies of it and stuff, so there's no point. Friend bonus works remote. I thought you said you had to be in a party. Oh, just not, okay, just not the party bonus. Hey, Outerstar, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Don't see you around much these days. You're in your special research. You claimed it. You had that Pokemon inside was a shiny. You hoped that that Pokemon inside was a shiny. But it was, and then it wasn't a shiny, but a hundo. It was a Galarian. A Galarian Meow. Nice. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Put on an incense. It just occurred to me that, like, we're an hour in, and I'm like, oh, I knew that there was something I was forgetting. Why didn't you guys remind? See, this is what happens when chat is so quiet when I first start my raid. Nobody reminds me to do things that I need to do. That's alright. I don't mind. Just means it's going to run an hour later. It's not like I haven't got enough shinies as it is without it, so it's fine. It's fine. At least I remembered. Only an hour into the day. It could have been worse. Could have been 2 hours into the day, and they're like, oh shit, I forgot my incense. Where you live, the total reset at the Totodile reset. It'll be on as soon as your com day starts. The research will be activated. You feel like something has changed with how raids spawn in the last 6 months. Our gyms haven't been spawning in nice groups like once they. Yeah, unfortunately, I think it's once they did the stuff around with the actual raids themselves, because raid days, you know, like when they first started getting raid days, it was like all raids would pop and then you would have an hour to get them done, and then the next raids would pop. Now they're like 25-minute timers, and that was a raid day thing, and then they started doing that on raid hours as well, which I don't like. I wish that we had the old system where they would hatch an hour if there was another gym, like another raid active, then if it ended during the time, then one would hatch, and then we'd get a lot of late hatching eggs, so raid hours would be able to extend past the hour. These days, the vast majority of them, it's like you're lucky to go 10 minutes over. Just because all the raids hatch around the same time, and they've only got the 25-minute timers on them. I'm like, you don't get as many raids done. Like during a raid hour back in the day, we used to be able to get 8 to 10 raids done. Now we're lucky to get 5 or 6 done during a raid hour. And yeah, I feel like since they've done that, just the raid spawns have been different. Now we have to do cars to get any decent numbers for raid. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I really feel like they stuffed it around when they did the changes for like raid days and raid hours. You still support you, but you haven't played in a couple of years. No, that's all good out of stuff. I appreciate that you still support the channel even though you're not playing the game. Like, cheers, dude. But good to drop in and say hi too. Well, thank you. Again, I appreciate that, dude. It's good to see some old faces still hanging around, because unfortunately, you know, as the game gets older, we've had a lot of people that used to be like regulars that just don't really pop in as much anymore. Mainly just because they don't play the game, so they don't really watch the streams and stuff anymore. Which is okay. I understand. Game's not as interesting as it used to be. People move on, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's good to see that there are some people that still pop in. The days of the COVID remote raids, exactly. They were the good days when we could just do unlimited remote raids. And they just cost, you know, $2.50 for 3 raid passes or whatever it was. Yeah, it was $2.50 for 3 raid passes. Now it's like, what, close to $5, $6? Yeah, it's like $5.50 or close to $5.50 for 3 remote raid passes. It's like, dude, that's like more than double the price. got a star piece too. I should chuck a star piece on. I don't usually do a lot of catching during com days and stuff, just because I'm mainly shiny hunting, but I suppose we may as well chuck some on. I do have them. There we go. I mean, these are part of the research I'm doing catching. Can you mega evolve Pokemon? Yeah, you can mega evolve Pokemon whenever you want. Is there Heatran? Not that I've seen. No, not in any other gyms that are nearby. Where you live, when there is raids, there isn't people there. But only sometimes you see people, but there's nobody that go to raid get your Pokemon. And that sometimes it's a little bit hard to understand your messages, dude, but I think I get what you mean there. Yeah, the game's just died off, so people just aren't around doing raids as much as they used to. Manode, I am not doing raids or anything at the moment, so I'm not adding people. That'll be for tomorrow for raid day. But we are an hour in to our com day, and we are sitting on 10 little shiny Totos in the first hour, so that's pretty good. Not gonna lie, that was a nice haul for the first hour. So let's see if we can keep that going and get some more. It might slow down a little bit for the first little bit, because I do need to do these catches just to get through the research. Shouldn't take me too long. And before you ask me why I'm not doing quick catches, it's because I'm holding two phones. So it's very difficult for me to do quick catches. That has bounced off his forehead. You're lucky enough that we have 6 gyms really close, because 4 cells came together right in the middle of the town centre, so we need like 8 to 10 raids in during the raid hour. Where I sit to do my raid hours is sort of like a very centralised area, and I can see, 8 to 10 gyms, if not more. It's just getting people into the raids, because it depends on the raid boss. Like if it's a really popular raid boss, raid hours are more busy. So there's more people in the streams, we can get through raids quicker. The less interesting raid bosses, for instance, Tapu Koko on Wednesday night, we got 5 raids done in the hour. We didn't start doing raids until like 15-20 minutes in, just because we were waiting for people to come into the stream and actually be interested in doing the raids, which is a little bit difficult when raid bosses just aren't interesting. Alright, so that's what, 5 more that we need, yeah. Alright, so we're almost done with this part, which is good. But it's about the only time that we have a decent group. It's like Wednesday only gamers. Yeah, it's for the raid hour. It's the same. Like the only time that I really do raids these days is during raid hours or raid days. Outside of that, I don't really bother. I don't bother, and I know that people aren't around to do them like they used to be, so I just don't bother trying to go out and do them. But I don't really care, it saves me money. I still get to do raids during raid hours and stuff, so I never miss out on the raid bosses that are around. It's just that I have to just do them during that hour period on Wednesday, which is fine by me. You also miss that 1 coin remote raid pass day. We've had some good things in the game that Niantic just don't want to give us anymore, because they're trying to milk us for as much money as possible before they sell the game off. So what I was saying at the start of the stream, the amount of events that we're getting at the moment, because it's Com Day Classic today, we've already had a Com Day earlier in the month. Basically every single weekend this month has been at least 1 or 2 events on. Next week, we've got another event on as well. It's just non-stop event after event after event after event. So yeah, you can really tell that Niantic's just trying to get every last dollar that they can get out of us before they sell the game off. Yep, thank you. That was very nice of you, lag, to make it that I couldn't throw the ball far enough. For real, it's died off, yes. Very, very, very much. And that's something else that I was saying at the start of the stream before a lot of you guys came in. It's going to be interesting to see how it fares after they actually sell the game off. If the community is going to stick around, or if the community is just going to be like, this is my excuse to stop playing the game and just become more casual. So yeah, I guess we'll find out once the handoff is done and Gorllapod or whatever they're bloody called owns the game. Yeah, are people just going to stop playing? Because yeah, this is the 10th year sort of thing since it's been around. Yeah, Tapu raid night only. Yeah, stream was dead for Tapu sort of thing. It's just because it's not a useful Pokemon. At this point, if it's not a Dex entry, which most people already have for the vast majority of raid bosses, yeah, people just don't want it. It's got to have some sort of raid viability or PvP viability or something like that for people to really be interested in it. Anything else is just, yeah. All the ones that people need candy for to max out, so your stuff like your Dialgas and your Palkias and all that sort of stuff. Groudons, Kyogres, they're not the greatest raid bosses in the world, but people will still do them because they need the candy to be able to max their good ones out. Alright, let's get this done. First Toadie is not a shiny. I am running out of Pokeballs. I need some stops. Hey, you got a shiny from research. Nice. Let's hope that this actually has decent IVs. Bird Knights. Yeah, the Kanto birds were actually more popular than I thought they were going to be. I think it's just because we haven't had them in such a long time. That's disappointing. When you get a research shiny, you want it to at least have half decent stats. Man. I think I've left things in the toilet that had better stats than that. That's alright. Yeah, it was surprising for the birds. Both raid hours were actually pretty good. Like, busy-ish. You're listening to Hatsumi against your will. You could just not listen to it. Why is it against your will? Surely you have some sort of say, unless you live in North Korea. I'm sure you could do something about it. Turns out he's in North Korea. It's just like, but how are you watching this? If you are in North Korea, how exactly? Oh no, don't tell me the North Koreans are using my streams as some form of torture. I don't know if I should take that as a compliment or not. I mean, yay, viewers, but at the same time, oh, torture. There's like 15 exactly. Like I said, like things have just become over the top with the amount of paid things that we've got going on in the game right now. And like I said, it's just a cash grab by Niantic. They're trying to milk us for every last dollar they possibly can before their cash cow goes away. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, Pokemon Go, that's all it's been for Niantic since the start. It's just been a cash cow for them to develop their AI technology. AR technology, actually, not AI. Yeah, so they've used us as guinea pigs, collected our map data and sold that on. So they've made money off our map data, they've made money off of all the in-game purchases, and they've had a platform to develop their AR technology in. And now they've got that to a point where they're happy with it, and they think that they can use that as their selling point rather than the game. They just want to sell on their game assets, be like, okay, we don't have to worry about that anymore. We can make money, a lot more money doing this sort of thing. So yeah, before they do it, they're just trying to get as much money out of us as they possibly can. We've always just been their wallets. They need to chill, might stop depending on what they do. Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of people which will stop playing once the company changes hands. The game changes hands, rather. You love the Tapu Shiny. You wanted a good one so bad, but 2 you got were 10, 11, 10, and 11, 11, 12. Background, but it's of course it's terrible. That's alright. When it comes to the Tapus, I've got all the shinies except for Tapu Lele. So I'm looking forward for when Tapu Lele comes back, because it gives me another chance at finally getting that shiny. But I can already tell that it's not going to be a very popular raid hour. So I'm going to struggle to actually get people that want to jump into raids to help me. So it could be one of those shinies that I never get just because nobody wants to actually raid it anymore. It's not fair. It's not fair. Alright, we're on to our last stage of the research. So, send 3 gifts with send 3 gifts with friends to stickers. That made total sense, Jimmy. Send 3 gifts with stickers to friends. And 3 hearts with your buddy. Transfer 25, evolve 5, power up a Pokemon 20 times. And, okay. So, yeah, basically the same things that we have to do for our Fuecoco research that we never finished. So, we'll be able to finish that today as well as the... So we'll do them at the same time. I just need to get back to Pokestop so I can collect items. Need to charge S20. Boo, but got him already. 2 shinies before. Okay, cool. At least you got 2. It's better than nothing. That's diabolical low reason. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the background ones should just have good IVs. They should be in between 90 and 100%, just to make them at least worth keeping. So I got so many background Pokemon from these research and stuff like that it's like, this is worthless. Why do I need... Younger siblings. I do not have younger siblings. And everyone else the game or anything. It's a tiny toady. It's a tiny dial. You legit wonder if the AR scanning quests will go away since they're forced by now. Yeah, I would say so. I would highly suggest that any of that sort of stuff is going to disappear, just because the AR technology that's in the game won't progress anymore once Niantic sells the game off, because that was their technology. So whatever the AR is in the game, when the game changes hands, that's what it'll always be. It won't develop any further. So we can sort of hope that maybe they do one more update to it before they go, just to perfect it a little bit. But then, yeah, I'd say that once it changes hands, it'll just be that for the rest of the game's life. I don't know about eating it. You watching on the internet to come up with these analogies? Like, I don't think I want to know. You need to lay off the 2 girls 1 cup, my friend. Hey, you got a shiny. I don't have any other berries, so that's okay. That's okay. You got a 98 Coco, Hundo, and a shiny. Nice. I got nothing. The Tapus, like all the Tapus, have been cruel to me when it comes to getting shinies and stuff. I got 1 of each except for Lele. And the decent IVs are a little bit lacking when it comes to them, just quietly. You're surprised because Tapu are well-liked mons in the overall Pokemon community. But, like, as I was just explaining, Pokemon Go, because it costs money to raid them, people just don't want to spend that money on a Pokemon that they've already got that has no viability in the game. So yes, they may be liked Pokemon, but because Tapu Koko is just not useful because it's an electric fairy type, people just don't want to waste money on it. If they have some sort of raid viability or PvP viability, people are more likely to spend money on them. You know, things that are actually useful, other things like that. Once people have got Dex entries, they're like, don't need it. Hey, doing nice. Welcome in. Sorry, man. I did see your message. I was just saying other things and got a bit sidetracked. How are you doing? Welcome in. For the younger siblings, you meant if... sorry. They're listening that you kind of have to let them play usually. Yes. Yeah, my nephew occasionally, like when he was a bit younger, he'd be like, can we catch some guys? Because that's what he used to call Pokemon. He just used to call them guys. So he'd be like, Uncle Jin, can we catch some guys? I'd be like, okay. So I'd grab my game and he'd waste 20 of my Pokeballs trying to throw it, and I'd just be like, good throw, mate. Well done. He doesn't say it as often these days, but every now and again he'll be like, can we catch some Pokemon? He knows that they're Pokemon now. He doesn't call them guys anymore. Don't need to. Exactly. Nope. You guys are my younger siblings, because technically I am. There isn't few people that come into the streams that are actually older than me, so yeah, I'm the older brother, I suppose. I know you said hi, sorry. I did reply. I'm sorry, dude. I was just sidetracked, yammering on, having a bit of a yap. Should you go on a walk to catch Pokemon or just watch the Rookie? That's up to you, my friend. I don't know what you want to do more. That's and technically, the Rookie's going to be there anytime you watch Netflix, and you can just turn it on whenever. If you want Totodiles, this is your only chance to really get them in abundance. Because, yeah, outside of this combo, like, Totodile just doesn't really spawn much. So we don't see a lot of toadies these days. Reverse Diddy. We had Moses in here earlier talking about the Diddy, so... Another toadie. So this hour hasn't been as productive as the first hour, but we're definitely still getting shinies. Coco has been amazing for some reason rather. Was the first Pokemon you got a first rate for it. Well, la-dee-da, aren't you just special? It's a shame that it's not a better, like, thing. Alright, we get the decent... That should have come from research rather than this, but we'll take it. Yeah, it's just a shame that Tapu Koko isn't a more useful Pokemon. So So many clicks, so little time. So little space, I should say. I can't see them properly. It's a freaking toady party. Should I say the Totodiles are having a freak off? Look at them go. Look at them go. I don't know if I clicked on that one or not, so we'll just check. Somebody's put lures on, so that's made it even harder to click. Sometimes lures aren't a good thing because it just makes it too hard to actually click on the... if they were sure catch, you think more people would pay? Yeah. Technically, like these days, I do have a sure catch when it comes to legendaries. I don't know what it is. I feel like it's the same with shiny odds. I feel like different trainers have different odds for different Pokemon and different things in the game. I have really good shiny odds, like in comparison to other people. Like, I don't know what it is. And also legendary catch rates. Like, it's very rare that a legendary will run from me. And I don't know what it is. I have some insane catch rates with some Pokemon. Palkia, Dialga, Mewtwo all have insane catch rates. And we're talking like 98, 96% catch rate. So Mewtwo, for instance, we have 182 seen, 176 caught. So one of them was probably in a raid as well that I didn't actually do, like, you know, that initial Pokedex entry that you don't necessarily do the raid, it's just when you see one. So five to six have ran from me out of nearly 200. Palkia and Dialga are very much the same. Should have just clicked on their generation, but that's alright. Dialga, 93 out of 100. So that's a 93% catch rate because I've done exactly 100. So yeah, 93% catch rate. Palkia, 69 out of 75. So again, you know, only 6. Yeah, there's just something about some of these things. Giratina, it's a little less, but still fairly high catch rates. Yeah, I don't know what it is. Just I have really good catch rates. And then quite often during streams and stuff, people will just be like, I can never catch the legendary ball. And it's just like, I don't know what to say. I guess it's just a luck of the draw thing. Like the RNG on your overall catch rates are just different. To be frank, dog crap system of legendaries being a bonus and not a reward for passes, frankly, bull. It is. You know, you pay the money, you should get rewarded with, but they have to have some sort of gambling system in a freemium game, like all game. Basically, legendaries are loot boxes, like raids and stuff like that. They're loot boxes that you would get in any other game. You know, it's not so much a mystery of what you're going to get. You know what legendary you're going to get. The mystery is, are you going to get the shiny? Is it going to have good stats? You know, that sort of thing. You're 44, no old man chain. It's alright, dude. I'm not far off that myself. I mean, thankfully, I'm still in my 30s at this point, but not for too much longer. We're getting there. I just want to spin these stops. I need the balls. I also do need a fly flying up my nose. up and get some water. Alright, so we're basically halfway through. It is 3:26, so that's close to... no, that's true. Yeah, unfortunately. It's just... Hey, shiny, nice. It's just something that I've noticed over the years of playing the game that, I mean, different Pokemon seem to have different shiny odds for different people as well. And it's to promote trading. Because if somebody can get hold of a shiny more, like of a certain Pokemon more than somebody else, and vice versa, it gives people something to trade with each other. So if everybody had the same rates, it would make it less like a viable system. But they've given people a reason to actually trade by doing that. I also feel like certain Pokestops are more likely to spawn a shiny than other Pokestops, or just certain spawn points in general. Because around, like, where I live, I don't... Well, it's actually changed because they've done a bit of building from some park-type stuff near my place. So I used to have, like, no Pokestops within viewing range. Now I've got, I think it's 6 or 7 Pokestops that I can see from my house now. And there's now 4 gyms that I can see from home. But yeah, back before that, I'd have, you know, I still do have a good cluster spawn at my house, and I would notice that quite often I would get shinies from this cluster sort of thing, and I'm not sure if they're coming from the exact same spawn point, but it seems to be that there's a couple of those spawn points which tend to spawn more shinies than others, just because I would get a lot of home shinies. And sorry guys, my chat had frozen. I thought it did because you guys were being very quiet all of a sudden after chatting for so long. He's good at me. I'm good at PvP. Nah, dude, I'm just lucky. Another shiny. Just see, shiny luck. When it comes to PvP, I think it's more luck rather than skill. They're giving the shinies out these days. Basically, yes, because of com days and stuff, they do just give people shinies. And that's why the main series shinies are a lot easier to get these days in comparison to what they used to be, just because Pokemon Go sort of ruined it. They made shinies not as special as they used to be, so the Pokemon company was just like, well, Gamefreak was like, oh, I guess we'll just start giving these to people rather than making them a challenge to find and making them a rare, unique thing that, you know, was just like, wow, I actually got the shiny. I had to do 7,000 soft resets to try and get this shiny. Now it's just like, hey, look, there it is in the wild. I got it so easily. I didn't even have to encounter anything. It was just walking around in the overworld. Ow. Alright. I think we've hydrated enough. What I am going to do though is hopefully... Oh, why does she keep doing that? She keeps putting the... Hang on, I need to grab the windscreen thing and put it up in the, so the car's not as hot when I get back into. Put this up, and then should have put it up before I started the stream, but that's alright. It's probably want it. Is it supposed to be the silver way on the outside? And they've been putting this up the wrong way the whole time. I think they have been, because I think, yeah, it's supposed to be because the silver reflects the light. So it's supposed to reflect the heat out of the car rather than... That would make sense. Okay, never mind. I've been putting it wrong the whole time. That's on me. Now I need to find the keyhole. Why is it so hard to put things in a hole? There we go. Probably don't need to worry about being too secure around here. I think it's pretty safe. After Spotlight Hour the other day, was sitting next to a girl that was in her car and she was meeting up with somebody and like doing a run around. She didn't care. She left her sunglasses sitting on top of the car and threw her keys under the front wheel and just ran off to do her walk with her friend. I'm just sitting there going, oh, someone's fairly trusting. And then the person's even just like, are you worried that somebody was going to take it? She's like, I don't care. Let them take it. I'm like, okay. But yeah, keys clearly visible just sitting there underneath the front wheel. So anybody could have stolen her car. So I don't think it's really that much of an issue. It's fairly safe. And we're at the end of a road where there's like, you're not really going to find people here that are not without a car sort of thing. So I don't think anybody's going to be stealing a car because they've already got one. Your catch rate sucks, but good IVs and a lot more than anything. See, that's probably another thing. Yeah, you get better IVs more than like your catch rates and stuff. All right, that should be good. We should be good to go. Onwards. Lugie's game. Unfortunately, I think my best Lugie is like a 98%, 96% or something like that. No hundo Lugies. Alright, we need to... before we get too much further, let's spin these Pokestops because we do need the Pokeballs. Alright, transfer. Let's just quickly do this. Okay, game, what gives? That's the third shiny during this event, but the enhanced shiny Clauncher is still eluding me. Yep. That's just the way that it is. During the Archean Research Day, I really need a shiny Kabuto. I still don't have one. It's probably the oldest shiny that's been available that I still don't have. Did I get one during that research day? No. Did I get a shiny Omanyte from like the second one that I encountered? Yes. Did I need a shiny Omanyte? No. So it's just like, god damn it, game, why? Why can't I get this shiny that I actually need, but you give me a shiny, like, Omanyte rather, like, straight away? With how quickly I encountered the Omanyte, I was just like, okay, good, that seems like these are actually, like, really, oh my god, fairly boosted is what I was trying to say. No. Didn't get a Kabuto. That was the only Omanyte that I got for the day, and I got an Archean from the last stack of research tasks that I was doing. Okay, remember I actually have to attach a sticker to these things. Add sticker. See, this is why I don't do GIFs. Look how slow this system is. Look how much lag there is. This is why I hate GIFs. Like, granted, I am streaming at the same time and all that sort of stuff, but it's like, just in general, this is such a slow system. And I just can't stand it. My brain is just like, this needs to be faster. It needs to happen now. What are you doing? Alright, that is 3 gifts. So transfer 25 is next. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Okay. Alright, that is that done. So, just power up a Pokemon 20 times. At least, okay. Zekrom, where are you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. It is going to cost me 150,000 Stardust. And okay, that puts me one away from actually needing the... So yeah, that's going to max that out to level 40. Yeah, okay, whatever. Whatever. So we now have ourselves a level 40 Shundo Zekrom, and it's going to be up in my top tier of Pokemon now. Yeah, top 10. We're in the top 6 or top 7 there. Bruno, you know how I go through dust. Yeah, but see, I only power up stuff that I think is worth... Usually when I'm doing those power up quests, I'm doing it like the lowest things that I can possibly find in my stack that I want to power up, just so it doesn't cost me, and I'll spread it out across multiple Pokemon. That's actually something worth powering up, because it's a Shundo Zekrom, so I'm like, yeah, I'll spend that 150,000 dust. It's not like I'm not going to get that 150,000 dust back before the next time that I want to spend Stardust, so it's fine. And that actually got me done for 2 different quests, because not only did it do that, but it also did the this one. So we just need to do the 5 evolves now. So once we get the 15,000 Stardust, XP rather, we can do our 5 junk evolves for Totodile, and we'll cover both of these quests. See? Working smarter, not harder, doing multiple things with the one instance, so I don't have to spend multiple amounts of that dust. Aha. It's Katie's B-Day on Monday. What, this Monday? Or the Monday that just passed? Knowing me, I'm not going to remember either way, because I'm terrible at remembering things like that. But I'll try and remember and say happy birthday to her. I had a shiny Kabuto too, in fact, from the event. Everybody else gets him except for me. See, this is what I was saying about different people having different odds for different shinies. Kabuto is just one of those ones which I can't get, but everybody else seems to get one. This Monday coming up, okay. I'll try and remember, since it's only 2 days from now. You're doing legendaries and PvP, but mainly level 40 legendaries. I see, I only power stuff up when I need to. So those, like, I could power up a whole bunch of legendaries, but I usually just save them for when I've got stuff like that to do. Just so I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone, sort of thing. But now that we're done with the research for the most part, we can just concentrate on 1, spinning stops, because I need to stockpile on Pokeballs. So what does it give me? Berries. And 2, just doing some shiny hunting. So that can be our goal for the rest of the day, see how many more shinies we can finish. Because like I said, we're a bit over halfway through. So we are sitting on 6, 12, 12, 15, 16. 16 shinies, surprisingly. So we've gotten 6 in this second hour. We got 10 in the first hour. There's still 20 minutes left. So we could equal it by getting 4 more. 4 isn't too bad. Especially now that we're sort of done with the research part of it. We can do a lot more clicks. Oh, you know what? I wish I brought my water. I got the dries. My mouth. Hey, there's one of them. My mouth is feeling very dry. Not dry, creamy. You know that creamy feeling that you get in your mouth when you just need water? I think it's the residual toothpaste. Another level 1. It sure is. Is this one better than the last one? Yeah, somewhat. Still not great. Still not our best shiny for the day. Actually, given did I manage to actually just pull a random 4-star? No. I've had good luck with the 4-star legendaries of recent. Zekrom, Reshiram, Palkia, Virizion, and Genesect. Genesect's a mythical, but same category. Went so long without being able to get any, and then all of a sudden over like the last few months. So I was disappointed about I almost said Kareem. Kiram. Good old Kareem. One Pokeball, fantastic. Why is it that when you're running low on Pokeballs, the game decides not to give you Pokeballs when you spin Pokestops? Funny how that works. Funny how they're an item that you can buy in the shop. And when you happen to be running low on them, the game's just like, yeah, no, we could give you Pokeballs, but that doesn't give you incentive to spend money in the game to buy an item that is increasing, incredibly common. I refuse to buy Pokeballs. I will never buy normal Pokeballs just because, bro. Ooh, actually get ourselves a... Is he a shiny? Of course not. Why would it be shiny? Good old Chansey. I haven't done any. I'm not interested in the Dynamax or Gigantamax Pokemon just because they are not useful for anything. I mean, I don't think Kecleon's good for PvP, but yeah, I don't know. It's just, I'm not interested in them just because it's a system that only feeds itself. Yeah, it just doesn't really interest me. Like, if you could remote raid them and I could invite you guys to them and all that sort of stuff, I'd maybe be a bit more inclined to do them. But I'm just not interested in them in any way, shape, or form. Just because they don't provide you something like a raid Pokemon does, where it could be PvP or it could be good for raiding other raid bosses, and it's just a self-contained system. Gonna be honest, you just stockpile them hardcore. You always make sure you have 500 plus of the Great Ultra. I do have a lot of Ultra Balls because I don't really use them that often. Before Unova Tour, I did have 800 plus, but I used a bunch of them during Unova Tour. My other Pokeballs, because of my bag space, I tend to carry about 100 plus normal Pokeballs and maybe 50 Great Balls, depending on how generous I'm feeling. But just because I use my normal Pokeballs so often, I do go through them more. So honestly, I should stockpile more, just so I have... I should just dedicate like 500 slots to Ultra Ball, to normal Pokeballs. The one problem that I'm facing these days is because of all the showcases, I don't have as much storage in my bag anymore, because I have so many goddamn lures that I don't use. They've just become a problem. I'm just like, I've got all these lures that I don't use because I keep winning them from showcases. And I'm like, that's not fair. I have bag space that's just being wasted by items. And same with star pieces and lucky eggs. Like, incense aren't so bad because I use incense for com days and big events and stuff like that. That I don't mind. Star pieces and lucky eggs, I never use them. So again, they just stockpile as well. I'm like, I have too many items that I don't use. So I never have to buy premium items, which is good. I did have a good collection of incubators as well, but unfortunately, I used a lot of them during the tour, sort of thing, trying to hatch. So yeah, we don't really have too many of them anymore. But the good thing about these is they don't take up space in your bag. So you can carry as many incubators as you want, and it doesn't matter. You always have the auto catcher. Yeah, see, I don't use my Go Plus anymore. I've got the original Go Plus. It's just not very, like, it's functional. It still works fine. It just doesn't catch things very quickly. So often, if I'm playing the game and I'm doing what I'm doing now, which is shiny checking, clicking on things, clicking off, clicking off, the game can't keep up. And it doesn't register me being in the overworld for long enough to like pick things up and try and catch them. So I just stopped using it because I was like, there's no point. It's not doing anything. It's just... So yeah, I haven't used my Go Plus in ages. But I do have the original Go Plus and it's still operational. So it's like, hey. And no way known am I buying one of the new ones. It's just not worth it. Dynamax Raikou is useful for other Dynamax things. Like I said, you can't use them in raid battles or anything like that, so you can place them at a power stop to farm candy for Shadow Raikou, I suppose. But that's not really useful in a traditional sense. That's just being a candy farm. And again, around here, not going to get enough people together to do one of, like, that's one of the reasons why I don't do the Gigantamax things, just because there's not enough people around here that are actually interested in doing them. So we're not going to get a group big enough to do them. So yeah, stuff like that, the legendary Dynamax things just aren't going to get done either. And I'm not going out of my way to travel down to the city just to do them. Those days are long gone. Unless I can't do it in my immediate vicinity, the game can just not get done. So that's one of the things about the game these days. It just doesn't have that appeal anymore, where back when the game first came out, you would travel 40 kilometers to go to the beach and walk along the beach in the hopes of finding a Dragonite or a Dratini or something like that. There's none of that anymore. That was like the golden age of Pokemon Go, when everybody was playing it and it was just this phenomenon that so many people were just enthralled with. And you'd have massive crowds of people wherever you would go that'd just be walking around on their phone. Those days were fun. It's a shame that they didn't last forever. Wonder if that's a. I wonder if there'll ever be a game that'll have that same impact. Like, don't get me wrong, GTA 6 is going to be big when that releases finally. But people will be playing that at home. People won't be walking around in the streets playing GTA. Could you imagine if they made a GTA Go? That would be a fun game, walking around stealing people's cars. You could basically just become a real criminal. GTA Go. Yeah, there's an idea. Maybe we should put that towards, put that forth to Rockstar. Be like, hey, you want to make a really cool... GTA Go to Jail. Go to Jail edition. I still think it's a good idea. Have you guys seen the reels of the people that reenact like GTA San Andreas, but like real life? And like they do like the whole camera movement and like body movements of CJs. They do it really well. If you haven't seen them, I would highly suggest looking them up. If you have any fondness of the old GTA games, you'll get a real kick out of them because they do them so well. Just all the animations, but their body movements are like exactly like the old animations and stuff. It's so good. If it has Shadow Ball, just exit out and go back in. As I said, there's not enough people around here to do them anyway, so there's no point trying to do them. Rockstar gonna make billions just off of day one sales. Maybe not billions. They'll make a lot of money off of it. It'll probably be over, like, they'll make billions off of it, but over like the first week or two of the game, not on the first day, I don't think. But you also got to remember that it's only being released on consoles first. So Xbox and PlayStation. So they're missing out on a whole demographic of like PC gamers that could also purchase the game, but they'll do the same thing that they've done with every other GTA release since GTA 3 and make it a console release first, and then down the track they'll do the PC release. Hopefully it's similar to what they did with Red Dead Redemption 2, where the PC release didn't come too long after the console release, and it's not like a GTA 5 PC release where it came like, what was it, 3 or 4 years after. But they'll probably have to do a lot of optimizing to it to make it, well, not so much optimizing, but making it worth buying it on the PC as well as because they have to scale it up, make it that it's, you know, a lot better than what it's going to be on console, because let's face it, consoles are just shit. If you've been a PC gamer, I know there's the whole meme about, you know, PC master race and all that sort of stuff, but it's like, if you've gone out and you spent $5,000+ on building a PC, of course things are going to look better on it. Of course they're going to run things are going to run better on it than a console that you only bought for like $600-700. You would expect that.
I reckon you should go do like surfing.
I shouldn't drink that water because now I gotta pee. I should be catching some of these things because then I at least get that extra stardust so we can get through this research. Plus some extra candies. I'm also going to run out of Pokestop soon. So that could be another reason. The way they open the doors to the good old days. Alright, so yeah, we've got about an hour left, guys. The sun is getting a little bit toasty. So we were trying to get 4 more shinies before the end of this hour. We've managed 1, I think. 1 or 2. So it doesn't look like we're going to get to the 10, but we've got it nearly 20 for the day. And my guess at the start of the day was 20 shinies. I think we're going to end up with more than that. Oh my god. Got an egg. Whoa! Got ourselves a ducklet, guys. Whoa! Got ourselves a somewhat decent ducklet. I should put these 10Ks on, given that it is. We'll spin a stop and see if we can get another 10. Hey! Hey! Situate myself in the shade for a moment. And alright, we'll just put them in. So 2.5 kilometers. Unfortunately, I don't think I'm going to get them hatched before the end, but at least they're on, so we get that quarter hatch distance. Also, if you haven't already, guys, please do smash that like button. We're sitting on, what, 13 so far? See if we can get it up to 20. I think it's going to start dropping off a little bit now anyway. How you doing, Blazer? Welcome in. How you doing? Yeah, given that we're in our last hour, it's going to be a little bit late for our American viewers. I think a lot of people probably settling in for bed. Hey, Glam. Welcome in, guys. Just as just like, it's probably going to start getting a bit quiet. Get a couple of people jumping into the chat. How you guys going? Welcome into the stream. Can we get one more shiny before the end of this hour? We got 2 minutes. We get ourselves a nice little cluster up here. Also, I can't tell whether or not you guys get you where the incense one. Come on, we need more spawns. We're running out of time. I am looking forward to getting home and having a shower just quietly. I hate wearing sunscreen. I feel all sticky and horrible. That's not the one I wanted to click on. It doesn't look like we're going to get this shiny. Alright, there we go. 4 p.m. So we've got an hour left. And of course now it starts giving me more spawns. And you watch, one of these will be a shiny just to make it all that worse. But our shiny count for the day is 6, 12, 18. So we're on 18 shinies. So we got 8 in that second hour. 10 in the first, 8 in the second. So we'll see how we go in this last hour. So we're sitting on a total of 18 at the moment. How many do you think we're going to finish with, guys? My count at the start of the day was 20. I think we may finish with just a few more than 20. But who knows? This last hour could be completely barren and we'll get absolutely nothing. We could get the bubkiss. What happened? Chat just died. Well, you guys were chatting and now everyone's just gone quiet again. Good old Twiet. I love it when people go Twiet. Into my nose. Come on, it's been a minute since we've had a shiny. Hate it. I'm walking around in weather like this, I get dehydrated. My lips get all dry and ugh, I hate it. At least our next big event for Go Fest is going to be during winter. But it's probably going to be the complete other extreme during this part of the year. For every big event, I've been walking around in 38-degree weather. For Go Fest, I guarantee it'll be like 10 degrees and raining all weekend. Gale force winds. Shoot, he's eating my sock. Oh my god, flying. Leave me alone. What is going on? Where are these shinies? I need to sleep. Hey, there we go, finally. I was going to say we usually get one from the cluster up here. So that's the first one of the last hour. So it gives us 19. What are we sitting on for this? 11,000. Oh yeah, I forgot about these. That's not good, so I can just stay in the stack. Probably could have picked up some more research tasks back there if I actually remembered to collect them while I still had Pokestops to spin. That's okay. Not into doing the research as much as it used to be during com days, because they used to, for the vast majority, would be encounters. These days there's like a whole bunch of other stuff mixed in. I'd rather them just be encounters, so you get a chance at getting a decent shiny from research. Surely this cluster's got another one for us. I told you. I told you. There's another level 1 shiny. That's our third level 1 shiny for the day. Is this one actually going to be the one with decent IVs? Yeah, there's sprinklers on over there. That'd be nice right about now. It is river water, but still. Aww. Aww, disappointing. Alright, what do we need to do? 5 evolutions, so let's just... Yeah, not too fast. We got a lot of candy for these things, so we can waste a little bit just doing some chunk evolves. I don't know why they made it that you can skip the egg hatching animation, but they made it that you can't just skip the evolution animation. Or at least speed it up. It's a little bit tedious. There's no point standing there. I can keep walking while I do this. Yeah, I was going to say, hopefully that'll get us our candy that we need as well. Not candy, XP. Rather. And our lucky last one. There we go, we finished both of our crocodilian research. Ah, spoons. Chat, come back. I was gonna say, come on, one of these has to be a shiny. Alright, that is number 20 for the day. So we've hit our goal of 20, is what I suggested that we were going to get at the start of the day. So any more after this point is just a bonus. I didn't really need 20 shiny Totodiles, but here we are, we've got them. So that's 28 total. Totodile. Because I did have 5 before from previous Com Day, and I think we got 1 or 2 of them during Johto Tour as well. Disappointing that we haven't really got a lot of Totodile XL candies. Again, I haven't really been catching much today, so I don't really think there's a necessity to max one of these things out to level 50 anyway. Can I click on your conjoined twin? Thank you. I'm pretty sure I'd already clicked on that anyway, but just in case. Now, one thing that we haven't had today is back-to-back shinies. Where that happened like 3 or 4 times during Full Cocoa. But yeah, I had none today, and we have big black boxes at the end of our... I'm a little bit worried. What is going on? Is that the end of the game, guys? Did I just find the end of the game? Is this the end for Pokemon Go? I'm scared. Turns out that's... what is it? I said Nihilego. It's not Nihilego. What's the name of the Pokemon again? Oh my god, my brain stopped working. The Pokemon that doesn't exist, that you help to clone Pokemon with, if you can obtain it. I should know. I had one in Sword and Shield to clone Pokemon with. Missing Go. That's the one I'm thinking of. Missing Go. Turns out we've just found Missing Go in Pokemon Go. It's Missing Go. Haha. Gonna fall into a black hole. Either of that, or get my brain's not working. Get spaghettified is what I was trying to say before my brain had a stroke. Pretty sure all brains have a stroke. That's what a stroke is. Don't think you can have a lung stroke just quietly. Who knows? I'm not a doctor. Pretty sure that's not how it works though. You can get pneumonia. That's something that can happen to your lungs. Hey, okay, that's 21 shinies. Yeah, it's weird because the game hasn't shut down or anything since last time that I was up at that. So in the process of oh my god, my brain. It's always the last hour of comm day where my brain just stops working. It's like it just turns into mush and falls out of my ear. So my language skills just go completely away. Yeah, the game hasn't shut down since I was last around there, so that's very strange that we have, and it's only those two. Everything else looks fine. What is this black magic? Azam, I'm not sharing my ID. If you're a member of the channel, you can be added permanently, or if I'm hosting raid hours or raid days, I'm happy to add you guys to get you into raids, but that is just a temporary ad. Unfortunately, I don't have the friends list space to be able to add every single person that wants to be on there, sorry. Plus, I also don't send gifts or anything to people, so I'm a terrible friend. I neglect all of my friends. It's probably got something to do with my neurodivergence. I'm just like, you know what? I don't need friends. I'll just fly through this solo. Oh, did I tell you guys that I've started speaking to another girl, and she also is... I don't know what it is, but basically every woman that I've spoken to in the past year is also neurodivergent in some way. Whether it be autism or ADHD or a combination of them both. I don't know what it is. I seem to just be a neurodivergence magnet. But honestly, I don't really care, just because I relate with them a lot better than I do neurotypical people. Neurotypical people are scary. They're too sociable, and I don't like that. I think it's also just because I got a thing for quirky women, so that tends to happen. Unfortunately, that's not good, but that is shiny 21, I want to say. 21, 22, something like that. Good times. Alright, it's basically 45 minutes left. I am almost back at the car. So it looks like I'll be doing another lap around here, so I should start walking a bit quicker rather than stopping. Hey, another shiny. They could have been back-to-back shinies if I actually clicked on the right one first. So we're getting multiple ones out of the same cluster. Another terrible AV one, though. That's okay. Which ones haven't I clicked on? It's actually been surprising because I have actually seen a couple of other people down here playing Pokemon Go today, which is very unusual. Used to be a common thing during com days, like people would be all over here. Like every single one of those stops would be lured like all the way down the road. There'd be people driving and pulling over, like just swerving in between the stops and being pulled over by police and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, you'd have people walking all around the trail catching stuff, but it's just the good old days are gone. And it's very rare to see, like usually during any other com day, I'm the only person down here that's playing. But this com day, and surprisingly last com day, I've seen a few people like walking around playing. So, Pokemon Go making a 2025 comeback? What? Could you imagine if selling the game does the complete opposite of what a lot of people are thinking is going to happen, and it just revives the game completely, and hundreds of thousands of people come back and start playing it again, and it's just like 2016 all over again? Could you imagine? Welcome back, Anthony. It's 4:20, guys. You know what that means. We have 40 minutes to go. Can I send you a friend request? Dude, we went over this before. You asked me that earlier. I've already explained to you. I still do need to pee really bad. I'm not doing a raid. Well, things have disappeared. Those big black boxes that we had there are no longer there, but the gym... Wait, there's not... Is there a gym there? No. There is a den there, though. They've just disappeared. A whole bunch of stuff up there has also disappeared, because there's usually more gyms up there. Things have disappeared. Have they deleted things? Is that how they delete stops and gyms and stuff these days? They just turn them into a big black box for several minutes and then they just vanish into the void, never to be seen again? How is it daytime for me right now and it's nighttime for you? Because I'm on the other side of the planet. Because we live on this thing called a planet, which is a sphere that rotates through space. And if you're living on one point of it, it could be daytime. If you're living on another point, that's why time zones are a thing. So I am obviously in a different part of the world than you. You want to join raids tomorrow, then you'll have to jump into the stream tomorrow and add me then. I'm not adding people now for raids tomorrow just because I'll have to go through my friends list and remove people before tomorrow anyway, just to make room. So if you come into tomorrow's stream, I'll be happy to add you then for raids. You have lots of remote raids. Like I said, you'll be able to add me tomorrow. Yeah, I'm not going to add people now just because more than likely you'll be removed before tomorrow anyway, because I'll have to make room on my friends list to actually add people for tomorrow. And we'll have to see how busy tomorrow is actually going to be anyway. Sort of thing, because I would assume that it's because it's Absol and we've had it in mega raids before, it's probably not going to be the most popular raid boss. So we'll be able to get some raids done. I don't think it's going to be a hectically busy day where I'm maxing out raid lobbies all day. We'll have enough to do raids for most of the day, I would say, but yeah, I don't think it's going to be too busy. What time does it start? Same as today. So from 2 p.m. until 5 p.m. my time. I don't know what that translates into your time, just because I don't know where you are in the world. And even if I do, I still don't know what time zone that is. So, best way to get notified when I go live is to subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you should get a notification when I go live. YouTube isn't great at sending out notifications when it should, but that would be my suggestion. Because yeah, 2 p.m. for me is going to be... Well, what time is it for you? In the country that you're in, what time is it now? Because it's 4:30 in the afternoon for me. So I started 2.5 hours ago. So 2.5 hours earlier than now is when I'll start. But tomorrow, if that makes sense. You live in California. Okay, California's like 18 hours behind me, I think. What is the actual time in California right now? It'll be something 30-ish or something 25. Well, the den's back. This game's being very confusing today. It's just making things... Yeah, see, all that stuff is up there now as well. Things are disappearing. Things are reappearing. It's 10:25. Okay, so 8 p.m. your time tomorrow is when I will start streaming for Raid Day. Can you ask a question? You've just been... You've already asked me a bunch of questions. Hey, another shiny incense spawn. That's why you should run incense, guys. They always seem to be more... just have better odds of being a shiny. I think the incense spawns do actually have different odds on them in compared to a normal wild spawn during a com day. Look at all the little toadies. Ah. Come on, surely one of these has to be a shiny. Come on. There's too many for them not to be shiny. Last try. When you were doing this one right with a friend, you mean raid with a friend, I'm assuming, you accidentally pressed the leaf button, and then when you try, when you try to friend him back, the raid, invite him back to the raid, he wasn't there. Actually disappeared from the friends list of mine. Press the leave button rather, not the leaf button. I was like, wait, hang on. I'm not sure. Hang on, let me read that again so I can try and make sense of it. When you're doing this one raid with a friend, you accidentally press the leave button, and then when you try to friend him back to the invite him back to the raid, he wasn't there. He accidentally disappeared from your friends list. He may have removed you from the friends list. I don't know. There's multiple reasons why something like that could have happened. I don't know. I honestly don't know, dude. You would have to ask your friend. Alright, it is 4:30, which means we have 30 minutes to go. We are sitting on 3,700 shinies. My god. That is too many shinies. 6, 12, 18, 24, 25. We have 25 shinies for the day so far. So, this last half an hour, can we get 5 more? Dude, I'm trying to click on the... Why do they make these things so hard to click on sometimes? Another kilometer. We're getting through that 200 kilometers that we need. I just need to do everything. What else do I need to do with my leveling up? A lot more hearts. Still need to do the adventure sync, walking, and the 10 souvenirs. It could take a while. We'll be there for a while doing these, I reckon. I think it's going to be the 25 kilometer one, which is going to be the worst. No, he didn't remove you. That I don't know why it happened, dude. No idea. Show you Mewtwo. It's just like any other Mewtwo you've seen before. Any shinies today? Yeah, we got 25. We've got half an hour left. So we'll see if we can get up to 30 for the day. So we need 5 more. Yeah, Mewtwo just looks like any other Mewtwo you've ever seen. He's just a Mewtwo. He's just a little guy. The sun is like... not my Pokeballs. Why not double move Mewtwo? Because I don't really use it. That one does have double moves, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. No. I don't know. I just don't really use it for anything. It's like it's got Shadow Ball on it, so it's got its best move. Anyway, both of these. I could add a Psychic move to it just to give it stab damage, but it's better with like Shadow Ball as its most powerful move, and Mewtwo is an attacker for raids. Usually if you're going to use Psychic types for a raid, you'll use other Psychic types, so it's better as a ghost attacker, surprisingly. So no, I just haven't double charge move any of these. Because yeah, I don't really use it for PvP or anything, because I don't do a lot of Master League. I'll usually do Great League when I'm doing PvP. Oh, hang on. Can't go walking past the car without stopping for water. That is a necessity. Almost walked too far. Alright, that'll do. Any good shinies? We did get one decent-ish one. And if you wanted to see best Pokemon, it's just like Groudon there. Hundo Groudon. Nothing special. Level 50. Is all good. Shinies. Yeah, I think that one is my best one for the day. So 3 stars. Still not great, but it's pretty good. Yeah, most of them have been fairly average. But I do have these ones from research still to collect. These couple here. So we'll probably do that once I'm done. Once I get back to the car after this lap, we'll collect them before I wrap up for the day. A couple of PvP. Yeah, I've got a couple of other ones that aren't shinies that could be decent for PvP as well. So I'll go through them all after. Yeah, I can't really IV check during streams because the IV checker crashes the front-facing cam because they're both overlays, so one overlay ruins the other one. So the stream will still work, but the front-facing cam doesn't work anymore. So I usually just do them afterwards, do my checks. Somebody's got their blower valve. Can I play Pokemon Go? That's pretty much what I've been doing for the last 2.5 hours, dude. I don't know how much more I can play Pokemon Go than I already am. Can I evolve a shiny? Not now. I'll do it after. Because I've already got shiny evolution, so I don't really need them. I can show you a shiny Totodile. Oh, shiny for Relegator, I should say. That's shiny for Alligator. Can I show you? Oh, yeah. After, dude, I'm just like shiny hunting at them. You're asking me to show you all this stuff that's going to interrupt my shiny hunting, so I've got over 200 hundos, so again, dude, I'm shiny hunting at the moment. I'm not doing raids, I'm not showing hundos, I'm not doing... Alright, so that is 26, I think, for the day, so yeah. Wait, is it 26? I don't know. I think it's 26. Damn, could have been a shundo. Two o'clock my time, dude, so remember that's going to be 10 p.m. your time. Or 8 p.m., sorry, 8 p.m. your time. Do I have shundos? Yes, I have 4 shundos. My most recent one was Zekrom during raid day that we had, no, raid day, raid hour that we had before the Unova tour. Yeah, I have a Melotic, which I caught as a Phoebus during Phoebus Research Day. I have a Whale Lord, which I caught as a Whelmer in the wild after one of the Go Fests. I got a Hisuian Decidueye that I got from raid day, and then the Zekrom recently that I got from its raid hour. But they are my only 4 shundos. I've got 3,700 plus shinies and 200 plus hundos, and only 4 of them are shundos, so they can be a little bit hard to obtain, dude, so don't stress if you don't have any. They're fairly rare. I've got a lot of like 98% shundos. I'm sorry, yeah, 98% shundos. 98% shinies, I should say. Was the Whelmer full odds? I think not quite full odds, but it was after the GoFest hours. So it was on day 1 of GoFest 2023, I think. Well, yeah, so there you go, that's Shanos, 2022 GoFest. So yeah, it was caught on, I think it was like 6 or something like that on day 1 of GoFest. So the actual GoFest hours were finished. So things could still be shiny, but I don't think they were boosted like they are during a GoFest. But I'm not sure if it was full odds or still slightly boosted odds. I thought it was just the shiny when I clicked on it, because it was like just after GoFest had finished for day 1. I was like, okay, there's my shinies done for the day, and I clicked on it. I'm like, oh, nice. We scored ourselves a bonus shiny after hours, and then I clicked on, like, caught it, and I was just like, Oh, oh my god, it's a shundo! That's why you're on a Pokemon site, to look for people to add you to Pokemon friends, because you need them to help you do the raid days and stuff. Like I said, I'll be happy to add you tomorrow for raid day, but just keep in mind that it's not going to be a permanent ad. It's just going to be for raid day. So you probably will be removed again at some point. Probably not going to happen straight away, but at some point you'll end up being removed again. Yeah, I don't know if Wildmer is a perma boosted or anything. Yeah, see, I'm not sure either. So I can say that, yeah, it was full odds, but I don't know whether I'd be lying or not. Is it lying if you don't know that you're lying? Honestly, I should probably... That'll do. I need to go through and clean out my bag a little bit so I can... Sanjay, how you doing? Welcome in. How do you get a Master Ball? You can only get them from special research that they release every 6 months or so. Hey, 30. So yeah, we only get it every 6 months or so. They'll give us a chance at getting one from a extended research task. Hey, Leon, how you doing, man? Welcome in. Thank you for rememberizing for 28 months. I think you're the third person now that has the shiny badge. It's you, Negan, and Chom that now all have the shiny badge as your icon for memberships on the channel. It's just stretching the truth. Yeah, but again, it's like, if you don't know, sort of thing. Like, if you don't know that you're lying, can you still classify it as a lie? Because, I mean, in your head, you are telling the truth. So does it still fall under the guise of lying? How many so far? I think that last one that we got was 28. Let's have a look. Toto. Actually, it would be a lot easier if I just went age 0. And change. Oh my god. 27. We're on 27 shinies. We got 15 minutes left. So we can try and get 3 more to get to 30. Always. Well, like I said, thank you. Much appreciated, man. Much appreciated. Does anybody know? Yes. I'm pretty sure at this point everybody should be aware that Pokemon Go has been bought by Scoloplay, or Scoloplay, whatever you want to call them. Scoloplay. Yeah, it hasn't been handed over just yet. They still need to do the finalization of the deal and everything, so it's probably going to be a few months until it finally gets handed over. I'd say that it's going to be after GoFest, which is in June, like end of June sort of thing, once all of them have completed. So yeah, we've still got a few months left until, because it's a big multi-billion-dollar business deal, so a lot of legal stuff has to happen and all that sort of stuff, so... Scopally, yeah, that's it. You know what I was meaning. Your friend with Ultra Beast Buddy just sent you a gift. Nice, man. That's what you want. What does it do? You mean the shiny badge thing, or Pokemon Go being sold? Which thing are we talking about, Leon? Sorry. Do I think the game will be cheaper or more expensive? I don't know. I honestly can't answer that because we don't know. Scopely, whatever you want to call them, do have an aggressive monetization thing in most of their games. So they're really they really try and push microtransactions and stuff like that. But Pokemon Go is still mainly controlled by Pokemon Company, Gamefreak, and Nintendo. So they still have to answer to them about how they go about doing stuff. So I can't imagine that it's going to be any more expensive than it already is, but I don't think it's going to get cheaper. So my guess would be it's going to stay relatively the same. I mean, we can hope that maybe they'll remove some of the things like the limit on remote raid passes, because that was a Niantic thing, because they're like, oh no, it goes against the roadmap that we want to set forward and blah blah this and blah blah that. The new company might just be like, we can make a lot of money out of just making raid passes, you know, and they might leave them at the upped price that they are, but they'll remove the limits sort of thing. I don't know. Again, we don't know. We don't know how they're going to run the company, like the game sort of thing. Once it changes hands, we can only hope that it's not going to be any worse than it already is. How many shinies? We're up to 27. 27 Zulk. So we've got about 10 minutes left. So we'll see if we can get ourselves 3 more in 10 minutes. We might be pushing it, but we'll see how it goes. See if we can get it to 30 for the day. When does Marshadow come out? I'm assuming that's what you mean. We've already had Marshadow available from one of the researchers from GoFest. It was last year, wasn't it? That it was available. When they'll release the shiny, don't know. They're not keeping the same people. The people that are the developers for the game, they're moving with, because it's not just Pokemon Go, it's all of Niantic's game department, which is being sold, because Niantic is trying to move forward into the AR space and mapping and all that sort of stuff, so they're selling off their games division. So yes, the development team that is working on Pokemon Go will be changing company when the game is handed over, but the people in charge are going to change. So the CEOs, it won't be John Hankey and that anymore, it'll be whoever runs Scopely. Scopely dopply. Scopely, yeah. I'll get used to it, dude. I don't really care. It's not my problem. Does it start at... Yes. Tomorrow's raid day will start at 8 PM your time, dude. As I said, hit the subscribe and notification bell, and YouTube will hopefully send you a notification letting you know either way. It's all good. Yeah, I know. I've seen it written and said. It's just, I don't tend to keep track of details like that. If it ain't important to my ADHD brain, it just goes whoop. It's gone. Goes in one ear, out the other. I'm like, yep, okay, cool. I'm hunting shinies. I don't care. Oh, we got it. We actually got these eggs hatched. That was surprising. I didn't think we were going to get these. And we're actually going to see the hatch animations. That's even more rare these days. So, what are we going to get from our 10s? First one is... Of course it's a carbing. Why wouldn't it be a carbing? Yep, cool. They seem to be the only things that hatch from 10k eggs these days. Wow, surprising. What an amazing hatch. Oh. Whoa! That's surprising. We actually got something other than a stupid Crappy IVs. Yeah. I don't know if it's my best one, but we'll check it. Not so bad. Yeah. Ooh, new size. A new size record, that's what she said. I'm trying to click on the Pokemons. Give me the Pokemons. Anthony, you do realize that nobody actually believes you when you're saying that you caught a Galarian a shiny Galarian Zapdos and a shiny Galarian Articuno like minutes apart from each other, because that's not actually how it works. It's like, please don't just say things in the chat trying to get attention just because it just looks desperate, dude. Just have a normal conversation. You caught them separately. Well, say that. Don't say that you caught. You said you just caught. I just caught and I just caught. That doesn't translate as you caught them an hour ago and separately. It was days ago, but you didn't just catch them then. If you want to say that, you say, hey, I caught this days ago. You don't say, I just caught this, and then seconds later, I just caught this. Hey, alright, there we go, another shiny boy. So that's what, 28. That's 6 minutes to try and get 2 more. That's what you're trying to... Then just say it like that. Slow down your chat messages and type out what you're actually trying to say then. It's okay. You don't need to, keep saying stuff in the chat. Sorry guys, stream just crashed. Good thing is I was actually paying attention at the time, so saw that it crashed. No, it's all good, dude. Like, I'm not trying to call you out or anything. I'm just saying that, just translate things that you're actually trying to say in the way that you're trying to say it, rather than just rushing your messages. Unfortunately, now that it doesn't say how long I've been streaming for, but that's all good. Oh yeah, if you haven't already, guys, please do smash that like button on the stream since we're back up and running. We're sitting on 15, so we're only 5 away from 20. So surely there's 5 of you guys that just want to go. Do what Steve Irwin would do. Stick your thumb up its butt. Don't do that. If you haven't seen that episode of South Park, you probably have no idea what I'm talking about, and it just came across as very wrong. Hey, there we go. That's 29. We're at 4 minutes to try and get 1 more shiny to make it 30 for the day. We are about to get to a big cluster. Come on, little toady, you know you want to shine. I'll even chuck the shiny vibes into the chat. I still got a few to collect from the research as well, so... Come on, we can do it. We're almost out of spawns here. No, not that one. This one. Do I play any sports? I used to play football and like AFL, Australian football. I used to skate and stuff like that as well, skateboarding. These days I pretty much just work out. So just weights, a bit of cardio and stuff. I wouldn't mind getting back into doing a little bit of skating. But then I remember all the injuries that I gave myself when I was younger. And I'm like, do I really want to do that again? Do I really want the battered shins and the possibility of like smashing myself in the balls with a skateboard all the time, and the broken elbow that I gave myself? Hey, Coupon King, how you doing? Welcome in. Come on, we're almost out of time. Where are you, Shiny? We're frantically clicking before the time clicks over. No. I think that's gonna do us. No, we have more spawns. I don't think we're gonna get it in time. No! Totodile, what are you doing? I think that's it, guys. I don't think I'm gonna get any more spawns before it rolls over. Oh, there's an incense spawn. No! No! No, this minute is lasting a really long time. No! No! Sorry. I got 29. I shouldn't be complaining. I ended up with 29 shinies. I can't really complain with that. I just wanted to get that 30 because it's a nice round number, and I hate not things being the way that they should be. It doesn't sit right with me because I've got not only ADHD but OCD. So all my ducks aren't in a line. All my eggs aren't cracked. It's just not right. You just went to your old special research and got a Shadow Lugia encounter. Nice. Do I know the difference between AFL and American football? Yes. The difference between AFL and American football is real men play AFL. No. We don't have to wear pads and all that sort of stuff to get crunched on a football field. We just do it with our bare heads and just take the concussions and go home. No, there's a lot of differences. AFL football is a lot fast-paced, like a lot more fast-paced because we don't have timeouts and all that sort of stuff. And American football is very set play, so it's like you've got your set plays, you stop, you run, you stop, you run, you stop, you run, and it's like there's just plays on plays and plays and different tactics and all that sort of stuff, where AFL football is more just free-for-all. Just get the ball and put it through the goals. Get tackled, get a concussion, get... Yeah, it's a lot more fast-paced. Bigger field, more running. Yeah, like I said, there's no timeouts or anything like that, so it's just like you go out there for a quarter, you're out there running around for half an hour before you get to talk to the coach again. Unless they sit on the bench, because a lot of coaches do sit on the bench, so when you come off on the interchange, they might give you instructions and stuff like that, and then you'll run back out there. But yeah, for the most part, it's very much just It's a heavy duty contact sport. Like last week, we won 1 in the AFL, and I was watching my team play against North Melbourne because I go for the Bulldogs. And one of the guys, just before the end of the game, got yeah, good. One of the guys on our team went low to grab the ball, and one of the other players from the other team like ran straight into his head with his knee. Basically, just kneed this guy's head straight off of his shoulders. Yeah, he got stretchered off with a concussion, had to go to hospital, got cleared. Could have been a lot worse. Like, the impact could have easily broken the dude's neck. Okay, sorry guys, the chat had frozen. I thought, again, I should realize when the chat just freezes after you guys ask me questions and then I don't get a response to when I answer those questions. It's like, okay, the chat has frozen. Sounds like a great... Yeah, AFL's great. Like I said, very fast-paced, very... think of, like, the fast-pacedness of what basketball can be without the timeouts. It's like that, but on a bigger scale. Because the football field is big in comparison to a basketball court. Should look it up sometime. Just look at a game, and it's not for everybody. The rules can be a little bit confusing, but if you like contact sports and you like athleticism and all that sort of stuff, it's a good sport. I grew up with it, so it was my sport. Game over. It is. I know. I finished with 29 shinies. I'm sad. We didn't get to 30. See if I have a shundo. No, I definitely don't have it because I check the IVs of every shiny that I catch when I catch it. So I definitely don't have a shundo. Nope, last one was a Scrum. No worries, Anthony. See you tomorrow, dude. But now I need to finish this lap around. I suppose we can finish the research now. Since we've got time, we'll do our Totodile. Oh no, that's Totodile, what we're doing right now. Oh my god, look, it's a Croconaur. It's not any Croconaur. Do I have metal? You mean metal? Yes. When does it start in the eastern states? I'm guessing you're saying. It's always 2 p.m. your local time. So I'm in Australia, so I'm not sure. I'm assuming you mean in America, like the eastern states of America. It's 2 p.m. your local time. So mine has just finished like 5 minutes ago. Meh. A little bit disappointing, that's alright. Still trying to get that shiny Clauncher. And a shiny Frillish. I still need a shiny Frillish. Everything else is like me. I'm not too fast about it. Hey! Oh, that's number 30, guys. We actually... we got 30. It came after, but it's a research shiny and it's got the background. So our 30th shiny of the day, we got it. It may be after hours, but it still counts. It still counts as... There we go, shiny background. And the stats are... could be better, but that doesn't matter. We got the shiny background to finish off the day. Not bad IVs. I mean, like I said, they could be a little bit better, but still not bad. But we got it. We got it. Coming in clutch. Do I RCS? Sorry, I don't know what you mean by that, Anthony. Do I really count shinies? Yes. Yes, I do. I'm just interpreting that's what RCS means. Do I recline casually on sofas? Yes, I also do that too. Do I race coconuts strictly? Sometimes. Do I read classic smut? No. But I do know women that do. Do you have the Pokemon God of all God? You mean Arceus? Is that what you're referring to? No, nobody has Arceus because it's not in Pokemon Go yet. Hey, maybe. Let's check. Oh, that's what you mean by us. Okay. Now I get what the RCS means. Arceus. I say I see. It's very hard to try and decipher what Pokemon you're talking about, Anthony, because every single one has just been code. Do you have Metal? Do you have RCS? It's just like, huh? Are you purposely trying to confuse me? Because you're doing a very good job of it. Do I have Gianna or Garrett? These are just names. I'm sorry, I don't have a Garrett or a Gianna. I know a Gianna, but I wouldn't call her a Pokemon. That's not so good, dude. It's hard to try and decipher what Pokemon you're talking about, especially when they're named Gianna and Garrett. What are these mons? I know, that's what I'm just like, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of what Pokemon would, like, is Garrett supposed to be Gallade? Or is it supposed to be, what else could I, Galele? What other Pokemon start with G that are close to Garrett? Pia and Digo. Palkia and Dialga? I think I can decipher those ones. Yes, we have Palkia and Dialga. The evil one, Garrett. You mean Giratina? The evil gave it away. It's just like, okay, the evil Garrett must be Giratina. This is actually very funny, dude. I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at just these Pokemon names because it's amusing. I want a Garrett. I want a shiny Garrett. Where do I get a shiny Garrett? Your highest CP Pokemon is Garrett. I don't know, if you guys have played Red Dead Redemption, it reminds me of Gavin! Gavin! Oh, where are you, Gavin? The legendary G. Wait, Warren G? Nate Dogg? This is the G-Funk era. The legendary G-Funk era. Okay, now I've got Regulate stuck in my head. It could be worse. It's a great song, but... I'm gonna have to listen to that on the way home. Or when I get home, one or the other. I'll forget by then. It's a 5-minute walk back to the car. I'm sure we'll forget. How you doing, Mary? Welcome in. Yo. Hey, cat. Looked like he was trying to swat that ball again. Dude, stop swatting my balls. Okay, you're just being feisty. Gotcha. Can I Mega Evolve our Primo Pokemon? Which Primo Pokemon? Okay, now the guessing game begins again. Primo Pokemon. Mega Evolution Primo Pokemon. Swatting my balls, my Pokeballs. Oh, get your minds out of the gutter, guys. This is a Christian Minecraft server. Nothing but Jesus. Jesus and good times. And wine. Just Jesus drank wine, apparently. But he was made out of wine. Apparently he's made out of wine and bread. Go figure. Wish I was made out of wine and bread. Don't have to catch asses. And depends on whose ass it is. Nacho rib. Okay, now we're just talking about wrestlers. Good old Nacho Libre. Wish he was a shiny. That'd be fun. Can't Clauncher. Just want the orange one. You feel like he's just naming random... I feel like he's just naming random people. We're not so much venturing into the Pokemon world anymore. We're just naming people. Have you guys called a shiny Sharon yet? How about Greg? Good old shiny Greg. You're just trying to be funny. Well, you're doing a good job. Well done. It's like, it is funny. Oh, I'm almost sad. I have to end the stream soon. Go home and eat food because I'm hungry. Drink more water. You're definitely having a... Well, that's good. That's why we want people to have laughs in the chat. That's why we stream. Having a good old laugh. And a chin wag. You'll stop being funny. No. No, because that means it all rests on me, and that's just too much pressure. Yeah, still can't believe I clutched that shiny. Yes, 30 shinies for the day, guys. We did well. And yeah, to finish it off with that research background shiny, I think that was good. That was meant to be. PvP, I suppose, if you want. Why can't I be funny? I don't know. Sometimes humor doesn't come from when you're trying to be funny. It just comes from, you know, circumstance. You had a feeling that I'd get one more after. But usually don't, like, the Com Day Classics don't have the other spawns. Like the post-hour spawns, like a regular Com Day does. So I thought once it was done, we'd be done. And I don't know, I have had pretty good luck when it comes to research. And, like, research shinies and hundos in that special research. We got a Roltz hundo back, it was a shiny background Roltz. A hundo... I can't remember what the hundo was, but we got a hundo one from a Com Day from the research, and then we just got that shiny from the... So yeah, maybe I should have thought that I was going to get something. I don't know. Chewy. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Chewy, how you doing? Welcome in. Oh, yours bugged out. Okay. Resend it. Oh my god, every time. There we go. There we go. Oh my, now I can't click on things. No, no, okay. No, yeah, okay. No, everything's fine. Okay, let's try again. This Pokemon just copied your Zac Chrome and transformed. You just got a shiny Ditto. I'm assuming you mean Zac Rom, but Zac Chrome's pretty cool too. Good old Zac Chrome. The name's Chrome. Zac Chrome. Took a bit of finally. Yeah, what's a little bit of PvP without some bugs, eh? Oh, look at the pretty rocks. Oh, looks like I went with a good lead. Ooh. Didn't have to do that. Aww. I'm so glad that thing's not on the field. Everything else is manageable. Everyone, yeah, exactly, guys. Like the stream, if you haven't already, we are close. We're on like 18 or something like that. So we only need 2 more. So if you haven't already, smash that like. Yeah, 17. You need 3 more likes. Surely there's 3 people in the chat that are feeling generous. Do it, and you'll get 1,000 million shinies during your comm day. Guaranteed. Saw it in a dream. Guess this is going to be sparkling Aurora. Or Aura, not Aurora. Excuse me, game. Can you, like, do your attacks? That would be fantastic. Probably should have used. Doesn't matter. Pew! Pew, 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 pew. Got it. You know what Umbreon's going to say? Oh, I used the wrong one. Doesn't matter. Joke's not going to work anymore, so I'm not even going to bother. Never mind. It was going to be a funny joke, though. Can I do the joke? Can I do... yeah, I'm going to shield so I can do the joke. You know what Umbreon said? Cut my life into pieces. This is my last resort. Lapras, suffocation, new breathing. GG's. Would have been nice if I could have come out of that battle and got myself a shiny, but it's all good. It's all good. Alrighty, we are pretty much back at the car, so we are probably going to wrap up in just a moment, guys. Oh my god, I'm trying to click on the show you spiritual. Sorry, I'm not Jesus, I can't show you God. Again, I don't know the Pokemon you're talking about, Anthony. Which is the spiritual? Are you talking about Spiritomb or... Man, I'm just trying to click a Pokestop. Is it that bloody difficult? Thank you. Always got to tap it from the back, apparently. Some good life advice right there. Tap from the back, you'll be fine. The Pokemon Tom. Huh? Good old Tom the spiritual Pokemon. Sounds like somebody you don't want your children around. Spiritomb. Okay, that's what I thought. That's why I said Spiritomb. Still a good old Spiritomb Tom the Pokemon. Still don't think you want your children around him. We have multiple Spiritombs. We also have the shiny Spiritomb, which is great shiny. I do like shiny Spiritomb. There we go. Oh, we're back in the car. No, we don't have a hunt. No, we have no Hundo Spiritomb. We just have the shiny. Alright, charger can unplug because we don't need you no more. Hopefully. Yes, wait, that'll start plenty of energy for tomorrow. Good old energies. There you go. Stay. Alrighty, what is it on? Still 17. Come on, guys. Surely there's 3 people that want to go hit that thumbs up button. Happy Gilmore 2, yay or nah? I don't know. I'd have to see it to... I mean, I think it's a movie that doesn't need a number 2. So many movies are like that, but, you know, Adam Sandler likes money, and Netflix likes giving money to make shit movies, so... I'm guessing that it's probably going to be a fairly average movie. Netflix just released the trailer. I haven't seen the trailer for it. So, I don't know. I'd have to see the trailer and see whether it's going to be any good. The first movie was good, but like I said, I don't think it's a movie that needs a sequel to it. So many movies are like that. Bro knew it was... Of course I knew that it was on Netflix. Like, I already knew that they were making the movie, and I knew that it was going to be on Netflix, but... Show Koiga. Good old Koiga. There you go. There's some Koiga. Sounds like the Australian way of pronouncing Koiga. Oi, Shoshi Koiga. That's not a Koiga. That's a spoon. Again, if you don't know that reference. Sorry, guys. You love Adam Sindley. Nah, Adam Sandler. Sorry, Shobgo, you haven't been in the stream, so yeah. We've had a lot of funny names being popped up in the stream for different Pokemon, so that sort of like falls in line with everything else. But hello, how are you doing, Shopgirl? You love Adam Sandler. Yeah, I don't know, I feel like he was better when he was younger, like better comedy and stuff. Like his earlier movies were better. I think some of the later movies are a little bit average. But he's what, the world's richest comedian, or second richest? It's between him and Jerry Seinfeld, which are like richest comedians. You love Grown Ups. I've seen one. I think I've seen 2 as well. They're not bad movies, don't get me wrong. But yeah, I feel like they just don't have the same vibe as, say, Billy Madison and Happy Gilmore. What are some of the other earlier movies that he did? I don't know. They're the 2 that come to mind. Happy Gilmore is about... Yeah, Happy Gilmore is like a classic. It's like one of those classic 90s comedy movies. I need to turn that on so I can wind down them windows. You wanted to see my strong... I already showed you the Groudon earlier. That was my strongest. The Water Boy. I wasn't a big fan of the Water Boy. It was alright. See, there's a couple of movies that sort of fall into... It's like Little Nicky, Big Daddy, Water Boy. They're a little bit hit and miss. Can't look up to anybody in the spotlight. 99% could be. Well, gee, thanks. I mean, aren't I in the spotlight right now? You can't look up to me? What did I do? I'm a good person sometimes. To the people that I feel I can be a good person. I'm a good person unless you piss me off, then I'm not so nice. I have a fiery side, but I think that's just, again, my ADHD. I don't take no shit. If you give me shit, I'm gonna give it back. Unless you're a troll on the internet. If you're a troll on YouTube, I just ignore you just because you're just looking for an interaction, and I'm not going to give you that interaction. So all the time I have people coming into the chat that their messages don't even get seen by you guys because they only get shown to like me and the moderators, and I just don't respond to them, and they get sad and go somewhere else because daddy didn't love them. Show you my favorite. I don't really have like, this is my favorite Pokemon in my collection. I just have good Pokemon. I mean, Mewtwo is my favorite Pokemon, if you want to ask which is my favorite Pokemon. You'd feel it'd be more pronounced Koigara. Koigara. That sounds very Japanese. Koigara. Koigara. Big Daddy, you like Big Daddy? Like, it wasn't the worst movie in the world. I didn't think it was one of his best movies, though. Those people that are like artists in movies and music and stuff. Yeah. Unfortunately, Hollywood corrupts like power and all that sort of stuff once you've got that. I mean, that's why people like Diddy and Kanye West and stuff like that exist. Just because, you know, you get power, you turn into an asshole, apparently. With great power comes being an asshole. There's no great responsibility. Sorry, Ben, you were wrong. It just turns you into an asshole. Poor Spider-Man. Poor Peter. He's just going to become an asshole just like the rest of them. Mega Evolve a Pokemon. There's no point Mega Evolving a Pokemon now. It's just a waste. Might do it tomorrow for raid day sort of thing, to increase candies and stuff from Absol. But yeah, there's no point doing one now. Especially since I'm about to wrap up the stream. How much money have I spent on the game? I don't know. Not as much as other people, because I don't really spend too much money on the game sort of thing. Especially these days. I don't buy a lot of the tickets. I bought a ticket for Com Day, obviously, because I'm doing that for you guys. Oops. I'll probably buy the ticket for the Absol stuff tomorrow. I didn't buy the Deep Depths ticket because it's just like, not interested in it. I'll buy the GoFest ticket, obviously, because that's GoFest. But yeah, most of my money is basically just spent on raid passes just to host raids with you guys. Other than that, I don't tend to spend a lot of money in the game these days. I don't buy incubators or incense or any of that sort of stuff. I get all of that from the showcases, like winning showcases, and doing the special research from any of the events that I buy the tickets for usually reward you with those type of items as well. Spent millions and millions and millions? No, if I had millions and millions and millions of dollars to spend, I probably wouldn't be playing Pokemon Go on the internet with you guys, because I'd be doing other things. How are we feeling about the sale? Optimistic but wary, I think, is probably the best way of putting it. We just don't know what's going to happen with the sale. So we can only be optimistic about it. A lot of people are probably going to use it as an excuse to stop playing the game. Like, it's finally just like, okay, I'm not going to play the game anymore. I've got an excuse to stop. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see. The company that's buying it doesn't have the best rap when it comes to microtransactions in games. They're usually very aggressive with all of their other games. But as I said earlier in the stream, when we were talking about this, Pokemon Go, the IP is still owned by Pokemon, Nintendo, and Gamefreak, sort of thing. They all have big stakes in it. So there's probably a lot of stipulations with Pokemon Go that they're not allowed to be too aggressive with the monetization of stuff. Yeah, so we'll just have to wait and see. We'll really... There's no way of really predicting which way it's going to go, unfortunately. A lot of not a lot. Are we talking about the money? Like I said, not as much as other people. I've probably spent, a decent amount on the money, but I wouldn't be able to give you a ballpark figure because I don't know. Haven't really been keeping track of how much money I've spent. Very perceptive of you, James. Hit or miss. It'll either stay as it is, get better, or get worse. So you mean the three options that it could possibly have? It's like, it's either going to be one of these three options. It's like, yep. Very observant. You like the video? Good, that's, you guys should be. What are we sitting on? It's 18. We're sitting on 18 likes, guys. We're 2 away from 20. So if you haven't already, do smash that like button, because I am about to end the stream. It was Ray. Oh, you're talking to a thing, that's okay. Yeah, and got remote raid pirates. Yeah, alrighty, guys. I think I am going to wrap the... Did you still catch... Again, Anthony, what? All the time, dude, all the time. Okie dokie, we are going to wrap up the stream for today, because it is actually 20 to 6 now, so we've been going for nearly an hour overtime. Yeah, I will be back tomorrow, same time, for Absol Raid Day. We'll see how we go with it, because it's a raid boss that's been available before, sort of thing, before the raid day. I don't know how popular it's going to be, how people are going to be in for it and all that sort of stuff. So I guess we will see. Tomorrow, we'll probably still be able to get raids done, obviously. Like, there'll still be people around. I just don't know how busy it's going to be for the day. But we'll be here nonetheless. Jimmy got Riz like that all the time, dude. All the time. I am speaking to, 4 different girls at the moment, so gotta have some sort of riz for that, I suppose, maybe. I don't know. Apparently it works. So, I'm doing something right. A good night, James. CA leader alligator. See you in a while, crocodile. Yeah, speaking of that, we did catch a whole bunch of crocodile alligator things today, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, so we will be back tomorrow for raid day. That's what it is. Play over here. Nah, man, just play in the field. That's a bit different. And all of these things are open relationships anyway, so yeah. It's all good. It's all good. I'm not treating anybody disrespectfully or anything like that, so it's all good. Alright, that's pretty much everything that I need to in the chat. Alrighty, guys, sweet as. Enjoy your morning, evening, noon, or night. Stay safe. Happy hunting. Good luck for your comm days. Hopefully you guys get your hundos, your shundos, all of that good stuff. Yeah, as I said, I'll be back tomorrow for raid day. Like, comment, and subscribe. Stay safe. Happy hunting. What else? I don't know. I need to stop and get milk on the way home. Glad I remembered that. I don't know why you guys needed to know that, but yeah. Good old Ganaki. Love some of that Ganaki. 19. We're 1 like away, guys. If you haven't already smashed it. Yeah. Alrighty, guys. I'll see you tomorrow for raid day. Until then, all that good stuff. Did I still catch? Yes, I did. I did. I catch all the ass. I don't know if that's a good thing or not, but it is. Alrighty, guys. Sweaters. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Bye, bye. Bye, 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 bye. 20 likes. Thanks, guys. Peace out. Have a good one. Good.